चेक करना. हाँ, हेलो हेलो. हेलो 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 हेलो. यस, चलो देन. सो यस, वेलकम बैक टू संजीवनी. राइट, शुरू करते हैं अपन कंपनी लॉ रिवीजन डायरेक्ट मॉड्यूल से. तो आप लोग के पास मॉड्यूल है तो रेडी रखो, फटाफट हाइलाइटर रेडी रखो, फटाफट करते जाते हैं अपन. ठीक है. सो फ्रेंड्स, आज हम लोग जो पहले चैप्टर करने वाले हैं, एज यू नो डायरेक्टर्स से रिलेटेड जो चैप्टर है और मीटिंग्स से रिलेटेड जो चैप्टर है वो बहुत ज़्यादा वेटेज रखता है जनरली कंपेरेटेड टू अदर चैप्टर्स. सो वैसे तो सारे चैप्टर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, नथिंग इज़ लेस इंपॉर्टेंट, एवरीथिंग इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज ICS है, कुछ भी क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. राइट, तो अपन को सब कुछ प्रिपेयर करके जाना होता है. लेकिन आज हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं, वी विल स्टार्ट विद बोर्ड मीटिंग. ओके, देन अकॉर्डिंगली वी विल फॉलो अदर चैप्टर्स. ओके, सो यस, बिफोर वी स्टार्ट विद द चैप्टर बोर्ड मीटिंग, सबसे पहले अपन ये समझ लेते हैं कंपनी लॉ में जो रिसेंटली अनाउंसमेंट आया था, ICSI का नोटिफिकेशन आया था कि देयर वाज चेंज इन द सिलेबस. सो आई होप यू नो व्हाट वाज द चेंज. यस, यू कैन सी दिस. ये जो चैप्टर नंबर 12 है आपका, ये अभी कंप्लीटली हट चुका है. दिस इज शिफ्टेड टू CS प्रोफेशनल. करेक्ट. देन आपका ये जो चैप्टर है CSR, ये हट चुका है, लेकिन इसका छोटे कॉन्सेप्ट्स कहाँ पर है, एनुअल रिपोर्ट चैप्टर में शिफ्ट कर दिया गया. यू कैन सी चैप्टर नंबर 18 एनुअल रिपोर्ट इसमें आ चुका है. एंड आपका वो जो चैप्टर है बोर्ड कंपोजिशन का चैप्टर पार्ट B में, दैट इज दिस वन. इसके अंदर आपको पता है देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कमिटीज. सो टाइप्स ऑफ कमिटीज में CSR कमिटी भी है, तो वो है कि नहीं है, वो है, तो वो पढ़ना है. ठीक है. बाकी CSR चैप्टर अदरवाइज इज शिफ्टेड बिकॉज एनी वेज CS प्रोफेशनल में एज यू नो देर इज़ अ वेरी बिग सब्जेक्ट ऑन CSR. सो इसलिए यहाँ से उसको हटा दिया है. ओके, एंड नेक्स्ट चेंज वॉज फ्रॉम चैप्टर नंबर 10. In this, two topics are now removed. One is operation and mismanagement and another is class action suit. बाकी के जो टॉपिक्स है वो एज इट इज़ है. ठीक है, तो ये चेंज है आपके सिलेबस में जो आपके अभी December 25 एग्जाम में एप्लीकेबल है. ओके, सो या विदाउट वेस्टिंग मच टाइम, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द चैप्टर नंबर 16 नाउ, दैट इज मीटिंग्स ऑफ बोर्ड एंड इट्स कमिटीज. सो चलते हैं जल्दी जल्दी से चैप्टर नंबर 16 की तरफ. बोर्ड मीटिंग. यस, अभी आपको पता है ये चैप्टर जो है बोर्ड मीटिंग, वो बहुत हमें आसान लगता है. राइट, आसान है भी अगर आपने अच्छे से पढ़ाई किया है, पूरा ICSI मॉड्यूल अच्छे से पढ़ लिया है इस चैप्टर का, तो इट इज़ ईजी ऑल्सो. ठीक है, बट यस, द वे दे आस्क यू द क्वेश्चंस, ओके, दैट कैन बी टेक्निकल, लेकिन अगेन आपने अगर अच्छे से पढ़ाई की है तो आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा. ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द चैप्टर. आर यू ऑल रेडी? शुरू करें, चलिए शुरू करते हैं. सो फ्रेंड्स, मेरे साथ साथ में आप मार्क करते जाइए. एंड ऑल द JK शाह क्लासेस स्टूडेंट्स, ऑलरेडी आपने क्लास में इसको मार्क किया ही होगा, है ना, तो कुछ नीड नहीं पड़ेगा. ओके, सो चलो देन, ये लो. ठीक है. यस, सो मीटिंग्स ऑफ बोर्ड एंड इट्स कमिटीज. अभी इस चैप्टर का रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क क्या है, कितने सेक्शंस है इसके अंदर? 4, 173, 174, 175 एंड 118. यस, चलो बताओ 173 ये जो सेक्शन नंबर है वो किस बारे में बात करता है? 2 थिंग्स, फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ मीटिंग एंड दूसरा नोटिस ऑफ मीटिंग. ये 2 चीज़ों के बारे में 173 बात करता है. 174 टॉक्स अबाउट व्हाट? 174 talks about quorum. 175 talks about what? 175 talks about resolution passed by circulation. And last one is 118, which talks about minutes. Correct? Yes. So let's go. Yes. And very important disclaimer. Before watching these videos, this revision series, I assume you have already studied this once. Okay, because it's a revision class, it is not the detailed explanation class, but obviously you can ask your doubts in the live chat, right? I will try to answer everything. Yes, chalo now. What is next? Now, let's start with the topic. As you know, we are talking about board meetings. Now, you know, board meetings means whose meeting? Board of directors meeting. Who can attend this meeting? Only and only board of directors. So when we start with this chapter, you know, initially they are explaining what is the meaning of board. What is board? So you know, person individually is called as a director, and all the directors collectively called as board of directors, right? So the collective body of board is called board of directors. Okay, come on, fine. Now, what is a board meeting? So as I told you, it is a meeting of board of directors. You know, in this chapter, we are talking about two things. One, board meeting. Another is committee meeting. We are talking about two things. Okay, so let's start with the first part here. Yes, that is section number 173, in which we are going to talk about frequency as well as notice. Come on. Now, first thing, as per section 173, first board meeting of the company is conducted within 30 days from the date of incorporation. Company is registered, company is incorporated within first 30 days. Within, not after. Within 30 days, first board meeting must be conducted. Okay. Thereafter, every company have to conduct how many minimum number of board meetings in a year? So minimum 4 board meetings in a year. So minimum 4 board meetings every year. Okay. Yes. Now, in this section 173, it is just said that only 4 meetings in a year. But what is in a year? Which year? Financial year or calendar year? Yes, that is mentioned by, that is clarified by SS1, right? So SS1 has clearly said that, here you can see, as per SS1, minimum at least 4 board meetings in each calendar year. Okay, so minimum every company have to conduct 4 board meetings in a year, but those 4 board meetings shall be conducted within how much gap? What is the rule for gap? So you know, gap between 2 board meetings shall not exceed 120 days. Means if you are conducting 1 meeting today, next board meeting should be held within 120 days from today. Correct? So that is the rule for gap. Not more than 120 days shall intervene between 2 board meetings. Easy? Yes. Then you can see here something for LODR. LODR means we are talking about which companies? Public listed companies. Now when we talk about public listed companies, so friends, in this case, you know, there is same thing what we have revised just now. Every public listed company also have to conduct at least 4 board meetings in a year, and again the gap between 2 meetings shall not exceed 120 days. So nothing new, same thing it is, right? Fine. What is next? Here you can see the same thing, SS1, that is first board meeting within 30 days from the date of incorporation, right? And later on, the gap between 2 meetings shall not exceed 120 days. That is the maximum gap. Okay, so this is clear to everyone. Very simple thing. This was about the first board meeting, minimum number of board meetings, and gap between 2 board meetings. Now further, you can see there are certain types of companies in law, that is as per Companies Act 2013, these companies enjoy certain relaxation in compliance. Those are 1-person company, small company, dormant company, private company which is a startup company. Come on, once again, 1-person company, small company, dormant company, private company which is a startup company. These companies are not required to conduct 4 board meetings in a year. They have to conduct only 1 board meeting in each half of the year. I hope you understand this. Again, year, it is a calendar year. Calendar year means Jan to December. So first half is a set of months of 6 months, second set of 6 months. So in first 6 months, 1 board meeting. Next 6 months, another board meeting. So 1 board meeting in each half of the year. Very simple, right? Fine. So can they conduct This is one half, this is another half. So one board meeting here and next board meeting is here. Okay, so one board meeting in each half of the year. So can you write 2 meetings in a year? No, you cannot write that, because if you write 2 meetings in a year, it will give the reference of 2 meetings any time in the year. So it is not 2 meetings any time, it is 1 meeting in each half. Okay, fine. But again, we have a rule of gap. So gap between 2 meetings shall not be less than 90 days. Tell me, come on, this 90 days is minimum gap or maximum gap? Minimum gap or maximum gap? Minimum gap. Earlier what we did, 120 days, that was minimum or maximum? That is maximum gap. This is minimum gap, which means there must be at least minimum 90 days gap between 2 board meetings. It means that, come on, tell me, can I conduct 1 meeting here and next meeting here? Come on, you can see the first meeting is in the one half. Second meeting is in the second half. Is this okay? No. The gap between 2 such meetings shall not be less than 90. Not less than 90 means minimum 90. Easy? Yes. Now what about a one-person company where only one director is appointed? Yes, that can be possible. Yes, because in one-person company, minimum number of directors required is 1. So if there is one-person company where only one director is appointed, how many board meetings will they conduct? They are not required to conduct any board meetings. Why? Because a single person cannot conduct the meeting, right? Because you know very well, to conduct any type of meeting you need at least 2 persons physically present. So here this provision shall not apply to such company, to such one-person company where only one director is appointed. Okay, yes. Next you can see here they are talking about the meaning of startup. Okay, then I hope this much is clear, everyone. Next we are talking, this is illustration. Next we are talking about section 8 company. Yes, section 8 company have to conduct board meetings. How many board meetings in a year? So they have to conduct at least 1 meeting within every 6 calendar months. So if you are holding 1 meeting today, next meeting will be within 6 calendar months from today. Okay, so this line is giving you 2 things. This line is explaining you 2 things. One is about the frequency also in case of section 8 company, and also about the gap also. Okay, fine. Then if we talk about specified IFSC companies, that can be in the form of public company also and private company also. This companies also enjoy certain relaxation in company law, but it is not for all IFSC companies. International Financial Services, it's not for all, it's only for the specified ones. So for them, first board meeting must be held within 60 days from the date of incorporation. Understood? See, in the earlier case, what we did, first board meeting shall be conducted within 30 days, but this is within 60 days. Okay, and further they have to hold at least 1 meeting in each half of the year. Again, that year is a calendar year. Okay, yes, everyone online on YouTube live, clear everything? I hope you are having the module with you. You are ready with your module, everyone? Okay, fine. Let's go further. Now tell me, if you are a director of company and if you cannot attend a particular board meeting, can you appoint a proxy? No, because there is no such provision in Companies Act. No law is giving right to the directors to appoint a proxy. So right, proxy appoint करने का right कोई नहीं होता यहाँ पे, ठीक है? चलो next. So who is having right to appoint a proxy? Only the members of company, because that is possible in case of general meeting and not in the case of board meeting. Fine. Now if we talk about fixing the venue, come on, tell me, where can we conduct the board meeting? Can we conduct the board meeting at the registered office of company? Can we conduct the board meeting at any other place? Or we can any other place is also okay. Any place in India? Can we conduct board meeting outside India? There are no restrictions for the venue of board meeting. So board meeting may be held at the registered office or at any other place, including remote place in India or outside India. So everything is okay, correct? Fine. Now, whenever we conduct a board meeting, always we send a notice of meeting. So obviously notice will contain the agenda, address and everything, right? So what shall be the venue of board meeting? Obviously the venue shall be the address as set forth in the notice. Venue shall be clearly mentioned, notice of meeting shall clearly mention the venue, whether it is a registered office or at any other place. But it shall be mentioned in the notice of meeting, obviously. Okay. Yes. Next is, come on, tell me one thing. Can we conduct board meeting by electronic means? So if we are conducting board meeting by electronic means, so in that case it is totally a virtual meeting, for example. Okay. So tell me in that case what shall be the venue? Because it is online. What shall be the venue? Because venue shall be as a set forth in the notice. Because it is totally a virtual meeting, there is no designated place where people are going to come. It's totally online, right? So therefore, in this case, the venue shall be as set forth in the notice for calling such meeting. Okay, and here it is assumed that the meeting was hosted. Meeting is being recorded from that place. Meeting is being conducted from that place. Okay, you can see that shall be deemed to the venue of the said meeting. Which venue is deemed to be the venue of said meeting? The venue which is mentioned in the notice. Okay, and all the recordings of such meeting shall be deemed to have been made at such place. Easy? Fine. Now you can see the next part here, board meeting through video conferencing. Okay, what is this board meeting through video conferencing? Come on, tell me, can director participate in the meeting in person? In person means can he go and attend the meeting physically? Yes. Can he attend the meeting by video conferencing? Yes. Or any other audio-visual means? Yes. Okay, so this is the participation of director in the meeting. How can he participate? So he can participate in any of the following ways. Easy? Come on. Now, what is next? After this, you can see there is something called as SEBI LODR regulations. Yes. Now friends, you know all these things like SEBI LODR and everything. Most of the students don't read module. And what they do, they skip all these topics. SEBI LODR, then you can see the further topics will come, those regulations 71 to 75, small things, they ignore everything and they just go and ready themselves with those basic provisions of number of meetings, gap, notice, all those things, but that is not sufficient. If you are not reading the module, you are a very big problem. You are in a very big problem because ICSI is asking anything, anywhere. So you have to be ready with everything. So here you can see SEBI LODR. Come on, LODR means what? It is for which companies? So you know what? Whenever a listed company is conducting a board meeting, if listed company is conducting a board meeting in which they are going to discuss any of these. Can you see this list of agendas? If listed company is calling a board meeting in which they are going to discuss any of the following, agenda is going to be presented in the meeting. So friends, in such case, you can see the agenda list. Anything which they are going to discuss about is financial results, proposal for buyback of shares, voluntary delisting by listed company from stock exchange. You understand this? They are going to delist their shares from stock exchange, fundraising by any of the following ways, right? Declaration of dividend, issue of convertible securities, proposal for declaration of bonus shares. They want to approve bonus shares proposal. Alteration, yes, alteration in the form or nature of securities which are listed. Rights of shareholders, they want to alteration that also. They want to change the date on which the investors get interest on debentures and so on. So basically, if any of the following agenda you are going to present, yes, in the board meeting of a listed company, so law says that the listed company have to give prior intimation. Listed company have to inform in advance to stock exchange. Yes, about the meetings which they are going to conduct where such proposals will be transacted. So come on. Are we saying that listed companies have to inform stock exchange for before conducting every board meeting? No. Only those board meetings in which they are going to discuss any of the following. It's not for all the board meetings. Okay? So listed company have to inform. Come on. What? They have to give prior intimation. How much prior? At least 2 working days in advance. At least 2 working days in advance. And when you calculate those 2 days, 2 working days, so in that you have to exclude the day of intimation and day of meeting. Means, can I say it is 2 clear working days? And they are saying clear working days. Means if one of the days is not a working day for the company, in such case you are not going to count that day for considering the 2 working days. Okay, so come on, once again we will conclude this. Listed company have to give prior intimation. How much prior? At least 2 working days advance notice shall be given to stock exchange about the board meeting in which any of the following proposals shall be discussed. You know, there was amendment in this. Everyone? Do you know there was amendment on this? See, earlier there were few agendas for which company was required to give prior intimation of 5 days, prior intimation of 11 working days. But now that is changed. And now listed company have to give only prior 2 working days advance notice. Yes, that is, you can see here, at least 2 working days in advance. Only 2 days notice is required. Okay. Other things are now removed. Okay. Yes. So if you have those things in your module, yes, you can see that 5 working days, 11 working days. So you have to cut that down because now it is only 2 working days. Okay, fine. What is next? Now, now you can see the next part is about committee meetings. Now in this committee meetings, you can see there are 5 regulations, 71 to 75. All are very simple, very easy. Let's start. Come on, everyone, concentrate first. What is 71? You know, the board means board of directors. You know, board may delegate. You know, board may delegate powers to one of the committees. What will committees do? Achha, what powers they can delegate? Board may delegate power to any of the committees, right? Which powers? As board deems fit. Board will delegate powers to any of the committees. Which powers? As board deems fit. Can you see here? As board deems fit. Okay, so board may delegate any of its power to committees as board deems fit. Okay, now what will that committee do? So committee will exercise those powers, use those powers by following what? By following the regulations, by following the rules which are imposed by board on them. You understood? Means board is not only delegating powers, board is also imposing rules for using those powers. So the committees shall exercise the powers so delegated in conformity to regulation imposed on it by the board. Easy, everybody. Regulation number 71 is over. Very easy, right? Come on, 72. What is 72? So now 72 to 75 we are going to talk about committee meetings. Okay, let's go. 72, regulation number 72 talks about what? So firstly, you know, for every meeting there is a chairman. So we are talking about board meeting and committee meeting. So come on, will there be a chairman for board meeting and committee meeting also? Yes. So who will appoint a chairman for committee meeting? Because right now specifically we are talking about committee meetings. Come on, who will appoint a chairman for committee meetings? Obviously committee, correct? So you can see here, committee may elect a chairman of its meetings. Is this clear to everybody? Any doubt? Okay. So committee will appoint a chairman for its meeting. Now, if chairman is not elected or If elected but chairman is not present within 5 minutes, okay, from the scheduled meeting time. If he is not elected or elected but is not present within 5 minutes from the scheduled meeting time, then the members present will elect any one of them as a chairman for such meeting. Easy everybody? Any doubt? Okay. Next, 73. 73 talks about what? Come on, tell me, how many committee meetings they need to hold? There are different types of committees. So firstly, Companies Act 2013 is silent about this. But SEBI LODR has made the rules for listed companies. Example, audit committee have to hold at least 4 audit committee meetings in a year, minimum 4 meetings in a year, right? But here we are talking in general, right? We are talking Companies Act. So committee may meet and adjourn as it thinks fit. But obviously there is a rules given in the SEBI LODR to hold the minimum number of committee meetings. Next, in committee meeting, what if there is any question? If any question arises, how to decide the remedy? Obviously by voting. Who will vote? Committee members will vote, and that will be determined by majority votes. Majority votes, that shall be decided by majority votes. And friends, what if there are equality of votes? What if there are equality of votes? Means 5 votes are in favor, 5 votes are against. Because we want to do something with majority votes, but here you can see there is no majority, 5 plus 5 minus. So now what to do? So whenever there is equality of votes, always the chairman have to cast his vote, called as casting vote. So now chairman can vote only and only in case of equality of votes, otherwise chairman cannot vote, right? So now chairman will cast his vote. So he can cast his vote in favor, or he can cast his vote against the resolution also. So if he cast his vote in favor, that means now this becomes 6, this becomes majority, and resolution is said to be passed. Okay, easy everyone? This is your regulation number 73. Okay, 74, yes. What is 74? Very simple. You know that if, suppose in a meeting, any person was acting as a director, means a person was attending a meeting as a director, meeting is over, he casted his vote also, resolution is passed, and afterwards it was discovered that there was some defect in his appointment, means his appointment was defective. Or he was already disqualified to be a director. But when was this discovered? After the meeting. So whatever act were done by him in the meeting, those acts shall be valid or not valid? Yes, those acts shall be as valid as if such an act was done by a person who was qualified to be a director. Means that will be considered as if that act was done by eligible person. Okay, I hope you understood. Person was acting as a director in the meeting. After the meeting it was discovered, afterwards it was discovered that there was some defect in his appointment, or he was already disqualified to be a director. So whatever act were done by him in the meeting shall be treated as valid as if it was done by a person who was eligible. Understood? I hope you know what is the logic. What is the logic? During the meeting he was acting in good faith, correct? Come on, now regulation number 75, the last one, very simple. In committee meeting, when a resolution is passed, it must be in writing. It must be in writing, signed by all the members of board or committee, as the case may be. So this is very common, right? Resolution must be in writing, signed by all the members. Only and only then it shall be valid and effective. Otherwise, not valid and effective. Easy everyone? Simple? Yes. So we are done with this 5 regulations. Yes. Then you can see this is about again frequency of meeting, and now we are starting with notice. Notice for board meeting. Come on, now 173, as I told you, it talks about 2 things, frequency as well as notice. So we are already done with what? Frequency part. Now we are starting with the notice part. Come on, tell me, if company wants to conduct a board meeting, company is required to give notice? Yes. How many days prior notice? Come on, tell me. How many days prior notice? Don't give one word answer. This is not MCQ exam. Sorry? That's it? That's it? I'm not talking about short notice. Okay, this all is correct, but how many days prior notice? Correct? Correct? Wrong answer. Yeah, but that was not the question. My question is not the mode of sending notice. My question is how many days advance notice? Correct. But my question is how many days advance? Everybody knows 7 days notice. Correct? You people have done this in your CSEET. But this is executive. So what should be the addition here? Concentrate. See, everyone. Company is required to conduct a board meeting at least 7 days before the date of meeting unless articles prescribe for a longer period. This is the answer. हाँ ऐसा ही होता है, बोलने वाला था, लिखने वाला था, है ना, एग्जाम जिसने चेक किया उसने गुस्सा निकाला, ये सब कंप्लेंट्स तो बहुत कॉमन है. So this is the answer. Do you agree? Because 7 days is not the answer. At least 7 days unless articles prescribe for a longer period. That means if article says that, articles of association in our company says that our company is required to send 10 days advance notice. So in that case we need to follow 10 days advance notice. Okay, fine. Chalo, next. So let's continue now. So once, obviously the line which I have highlighted here, that is a part of SS1. SS1 has given this clarification. But obviously when you are giving advice to a company, you have to give advice in general, covering entire compliance. You can't say, I was answering as per section 173 and not SS1. No. All our rules, you need to advise accordingly, right? Come on, fine. So, company requires to send not less than 7 days notice in writing to every director at their registered address, whether in India or outside India. Okay, what is the mode of sending the notice? You can send it by hand delivery, by post, or by electronic means. These are the modes of sending the notice. Okay. Can we conduct board meeting at short notice? Yes, we can conduct board meeting at short notice. For what? To transact urgent business of the company. To transact urgent business of the company, so you can conduct board meeting at short notice, but there is a condition, that is at least one independent director must be present in such meeting. Correct? What if independent director cannot attend that meeting? Yes. So if independent director cannot attend that particular meeting, if he's not available on the given time and place, so what to do? So can you still conduct board meeting at short notice? Yes, you can conduct the meeting, you can discuss all the transactions, everything can be done, but whatever discussions are done, whatever decisions are taken, those decisions shall be final only and only when it is ratified by at least one independent director. You understood? That those decisions shall be final only when it is approved by at least one independent director. Okay, here you can see only this much, but when we will scroll down and when we will read one line from SS1, what if company has not appointed independent director? What if company don't have independent director? Because every company is not required to have independent director, right? So in that case, you can still conduct board meeting at short notice. Whatever decisions are taken in such meeting, those shall be circulated to all the directors, and those decisions shall be final only when it is ratified by majority of directors of company. This line you will see further given in SS1. Okay, fine, come on. Now you saw here company can send the notice by hand delivery, by post, by electronic means. Okay, so here we are saying that if in case company sends the notice by post, firstly you know which post is allowed. Speed post, registered post is allowed, right? But ordinary post is not allowed. Can you see this? It cannot be given by ordinary post. Why? Since the proof of delivery is not available. Ordinary post is not allowed. Okay, fine. And one more thing, if company sends the notice by post, additional 2 days shall be added for the service of notice. You understood this? 2 days additional means 7 plus 2. Okay, that shall be added. Yes, now tell me one thing, you know, meetings are also adjourned in many cases. So if the meetings are adjourned, so adjourned meeting is also a meeting, right? So tell me, in adjourned meeting, friends, do we need to give notice again? Do we need to give notice for adjourned meetings also? Yes. For every meeting, notice shall be given. Can you see that notice of adjourned meeting shall be given to all the directors, including those who did not attend the meeting on the original day? You understood this? So basically notice shall be given for every meeting. How many days prior notice for adjourned meeting? Again, the period of 7 days. Okay, not less than 7 days. Easy? One more thing. Is it 7 days or it is 7 clear days? It is 7 days. Okay, now tell me one thing. If it is 7 days, so while calculating the 7 days, date of meeting shall be included or excluded? Date of meeting shall be included, excluded? Remember one thing, whether it's board meeting chapter or a general meeting chapter, date of meeting is always excluded. Okay, come on. What about the date of notice? Date of dispatch. In case of board meeting, obviously, included or excluded? Included. In general meeting, both are excluded. Because it is clear days, 21 clear days. In general meeting, it is 7 days before the meeting. It is not 7 clear days. You understood? So friends, you can see here, the date of notice need not be excluded, means it shall be included, and date of meeting shall be excluded while computing the total period of 7 days. Easy, everybody? Come on, let's go further now. So as you know, again, notice shall be given in writing to every director by hand, by post, by fax, by email, by electronic means, but not by ordinary post, as I told you. Okay, now you tell me, you know, the notice what we send, it shall contain contact number or email address of chairman or CS or any other person authorized by board. Why? Sorry? You are writing your exam in Hindi? So whenever you receive a notice of board meeting, always they will specify over there if directors are getting the option to attend the meeting by electronic means or not. So who will give that option? Company will give that option. And along with that, you will see the name and contact number and email address of chairman or CS or person authorized by board. Why? Because if company is giving you option to attend the meeting by video conferencing, audiovisual means, and if you want to attend the meeting by electronic means, you need to inform in advance. You need to give the prior notice to the company by informing these people, so that these people can make the necessary arrangements. Okay, so you need to inform them, right? Easy. You can see this advanced communication and all, right? Yes, next is notice shall be sent to postal address, email address, registered address by the director with the company. Where to send the notice? Obviously at the address given by the director. So address given by the director is called as what? Registered address. At the address registered by the director with the company. And if we don't have that address, in the absence of such details, where to send the notice? So at the address which appears on DIN number. Okay, at the address which appears on DIN number, we will send it. What if the director specifies a particular means of delivery? If director says that, please do one thing, WhatsApp me the notice. So what to do? So you need to send it by such means. Easy? Yes. Then in case of board meeting at short notice, company will choose an expedient mode to send the notice. Because see, what we are saying that we need to send the notice at least 7 days before the date of meeting. But if we talk about short notice, means we are not giving 7 days notice. So that means we are sending the notice in less than 7 days, right? So in that case, what will be the mode of sending the notice? So law says that it should be expedient mode. What is expedient mode? The most appropriate mode, fastest mode, okay? Fine. Now company has sent the notice to every director. So is there any proof for sending the notice and its delivery? Yes. That was the reason company told, law is saying that you cannot send it by ordinary post, since the proof of delivery is not available. So proof of sending the notice and its delivery shall be maintained by the company, shall be preserved by the company for a period of not less than 3 years from the date of meeting. Okay, so tomorrow if anyone says that I have not received anything, so if you have not received it, we have the proof. Okay, easy everybody? Yes, online people, clear everything? Are you listening? South India students, North India students? Chalo, ठीक है. Now, so proof of sending it shall be preserved for not less than 3 years. 3 years, 3 months, nahi. Come on, next. Who will send the notice of board meeting? Notice of board meeting shall be sent by CS. If there is no CS, then any director or person authorized by board. Easy. And whenever you send the notice, notice shall specify the serial number, date, time, place, full address of venue. Okay, all these details shall be there. This will be in the content of notice. Okay, as I told you earlier, notice shall inform the directors about the option available to them to participate through electronic means. You understood? Notice shall inform the directors whether you have an option to attend online or not. Okay. Now, what if the directors, see, they have to conduct at least 4 meetings in a year. Every year they have to hold minimum 4 meetings. So what if they have already pre-decided that we will conduct board meeting in every alternate month, 5th day of every alternate month. So what do you think? So can I say all the directors are already aware about the date very well in advance? So do they again have to give the notice of board meeting? Do they again have to give the notice of board meeting? Answer is yes. Can you see this? Notice of meeting shall be given even if the meetings are held at predetermined dates or predetermined intervals. Such a small line, but it can, it can spoil your paper, because all students don't read everything. They just ignore the things. Okay, do you know this? If the notice is not given to one of the directors, come on, if company conducts omission, accidental omission, if company does not send notice to one of the directors and all other directors are present in the meeting, they have also conducting voting, resolution is passed, it was not sent to any one director accidentally. Come on, is that meeting valid? Such a board meeting is invalid and resolution is also inoperative. This was held in this case, Parameshwari Prasad Gupta versus Union of India. Okay, now here once again you can see board meeting at short notice. They have again, in a small way, they have revised again, adding something in this. You know what they have added? SS1, which I told you, if you remember, if company does not have independent director. So if they are conducting board meeting at short notice, whatever decisions are taken, that shall be final only when ratified by majority of directors. Okay, yes. Next is agenda management. Yes, here you need to go to SS1. Friends, do you know this? The contents of notice. What all things are mentioned in the notice? Come on, day of meeting, time of meeting, place of meeting, agenda, right? Now tell me one thing, your option, contact number of chairman and CS. Tell me one thing, agenda means what? Agenda means topics, matters which are to be discussed in the meeting. These are the topics which are to be covered in the meeting. Can you see this list of items to be translated at the meeting is known as agenda. But you know there is something called as notes on agenda. What is notes on agenda? It is details of agenda. It is details of topics to be discussed in the meeting, right? So friends, we don't just have to send the agenda, we also have to send notes on agenda. Because whatever the agenda we have for today's meeting, for next meeting, so in that case you will just see the headings. But how will directors come to know what are the details of the meeting, details of the transactions? So if you send the notes on agenda along with the notice, that is 7 days before the meeting, they will very well be ready with their votes. So therefore we need to send notes on agenda along with the notice. So what is notes on agenda? Details of topics to be discussed. Come on. When I'm saying that, you need to send this along with the notice. So what are the rules? Come on, we need to send this to whom? To whom? To all the directors. How? Again, by hand, by speed post, by registered post, by email, by any other electronic means. At which address? Yes, at the address which is registered with the company, or in the absence of such details, we will send it to the address appears on DIN number. Easy? Yes. What if articles of association? Okay, when you are going to send this? Along with the notice. Means at least 7 days before the meeting. But what if AOA prescribes for a longer period? So we will follow the longer period. Correct? So here you can see that. But you know one thing? AOA may prescribe for a longer period for sending the notice, agenda, notes on agenda. But AOA cannot prescribe the lesser requirement. Means AOA cannot say at least 4 days notice is required to conduct a board meeting. That is not allowed. 7 days is allowed. 7 days, yes. 8 days, yes. 9 days, yes. 10 days, yes. They can provide longer period, but they cannot reduce. The period of 7 days cannot be reduced by the articles. Okay. And again same for notes on agenda also. If company is sending it by post, so additional 2 days shall be added for the service of notice. Come on, once again. If director specifies a particular mode of delivery, if director specifies a particular mode of delivery, then what to do? Then you need to send it by such means. You need to send it by such means. Any doubt? If the meeting is being held at a shorter notice, in that case, company may choose an expedient mode, the most appropriate mode to send notice. Easy? Okay, what's next? We have sent the agenda, notes on agenda, everything to all the directors. So the proof of sending this shall be maintained by the company for a period of not less than 3 years. We have done this earlier. But earlier we read this for notice. Now we are reading this for notes on agenda. Okay. Now, what if company has appointed alternate director in the company? You know what is alternate director? Section 161 subsection 2. If company is appointed alternate director, in that case, the notice, agenda, notes on agenda, all these things shall be sent to whom? Original director or alternate director? It shall be sent to both. Okay. Original director as well as alternate director. It shall be sent to both. Easy? Yes. Then here, from here we are starting with the topic that is unpublished price sensitive information. Okay. So firstly you tell me, is this clear this much? Yes, agenda, notes on agenda, notice and everything. Okay, fine. Good. Here the online students who are attending on live YouTube, they are so active. Superb participation. They are continuously answering. Understood? Not like you people. Chalo, you people have already answered in class earlier, so no worries. So let's go further now. Unpublished price sensitive information. You know what is this? UPSI information. So meaning is given here. Yes. The unpublished means the information which is not published. Means this is an information which is not generally available. If this is made generally available, it shall affect the price of the securities. It shall affect the price of the securities. Okay? Yes. So this can be information related to what? This can be information related to financial results, dividend, change in the capital structure, merger, demerger, acquisition, expansion, change in the KMP. So any information related to any of these can be considered as unpublished price sensitive information. Now why we are studying this topic here in the board meeting chapter? We are doing this here because whenever we send the notice of board meeting, what if the agenda in the board meeting is related to any of this information? What if we want to discuss anything which is related to any of this in the coming board meeting? So what is to be done? Should we add the details of these topics in the notice? Should we make notes on agenda, that is details of agenda related to this topic? You know these topics are what? Unpublished price sensitive information. So if any other person reads it, it may affect the price. Therefore this question is arising here. So you know the answer, right? If you want to add these topics in your notice, so for that you need to take the consent of the directors in the first board meeting of company in every financial year. In each financial year, you need to take the general consent of all the directors. Is this clear? So you will take the consent of the directors in the first board meeting in every financial year, and also whenever there is change in the number of directors. Okay, so you need to take the consent of them in the two situations. Can you see this? Also whenever there is change. First board meeting in every financial year, also where there is change. So now you have taken the consent of the directors. If directors gives the consent, okay, we are okay, no problem, you can add this details in the agenda, notes on agenda, and send it to everyone. If we have received that consent, so we can send the notice now containing this information, right? And you tell me one thing, we have taken consent in which meeting? Board meeting, correct? So in the board meeting, do we prepare minutes for board meetings? Yes. So you have taken consent in the board meeting, and once you take the consent, that consent must be recorded in the minutes. Okay, clear everybody? Easy? Now these are the illustrations, right? Yes. Then next we can go is, here you can see the meetings, shall be serially numbered, office copies and all. And yes, this is a sample of agenda items, illustrative list, and here we go to the next topic, that is meeting management. Come on, you tell me who can call board meeting. Yes, come on. Who can call the board meeting? Answer is any director of company may at any time summon a board meeting. Okay, this is the main line. Any director of company may summon, that is call a board meeting. Okay, And can you see this further? And CS. And if there is no CS, then any person authorized by board. Even they can call board meeting, but on requisition of a director shall call a board meeting. You understood the meaning of this? Everybody? So they can also call a board meeting, but on requisition of director. Okay, so CS or any person authorized by board can do this, but on requisition of a director. Okay, but also they need to consult first with the chairman. If there is no chairman, then MD. If there is no MD, then whole time director for calling a meeting. Easy. Next is, directors can participate in the meeting either in person, means attending the meeting physically, or through video conferencing, or by any other audio visual means. By this manner they can attend the meeting. Okay, very simple. Yes, then here they have given the meaning of your holidays and everything. Come on, now penalty, that is every officer of company who was duty bound to give notice under section 173, means where it was the duty of person to give notice, fails to do so. What if he does not give the notice? If he fails to do so, then what to do? So friends, penalty of rupees 25,000 shall be imposed on them. Okay? Yes, that is about the officer of company who was in default. He failed to send the notice. Fine, so this is about meeting management, and here we are done with your section number 173, including LODR, including all other regulations, committee meetings, everything. Okay, and most importantly, covering your ICSI module. Yes, let's go further to 174, which talks about quorum. Okay, yes, you will take 1 minute break, 1 minute breather. Okay. चलो 174 quorum. Chalo, quorum. What is quorum? Very simple. Firstly, you tell me, is it compulsory for every director to attend board meeting? Can director remain absent in board meeting? Yes, director can remain absent in board meeting. So, if all directors are not present in today's board meeting, can we start the meeting? All directors are not present in today's board meeting. Can we start the meeting? Means there are few directors who are absent. Can we start the meeting? Yes, we just need quorum. Okay, what is quorum? Quorum means minimum number of directors required to conduct the meeting. Okay, so what is the quorum? So quorum requirement is given in law. So whatever the quorum requirement is, so and so number of directors, if they are present, you can start the meeting. Okay, so let's see, come on, what is the quorum? So quorum is 1/3 of the total director or 2 director, whichever is higher shall be the quorum for board meeting. 1/3 of total or 2, whichever is higher must be required. So if total number of directors in our company is 15, so what is 1/3? 5 or 2, whichever is higher, 5 or 2. What is higher? 5. So minimum 5 directors should be there. Only then you can start the meeting. 5 or more should be there. Okay, fine. So for determining the quorum, what if the directors who are participating through video conferencing online, will they be counted in quorum? Yes, they shall be counted in quorum, unless they are excluded for any item of business, any provisions of the act or rules. I hope you know, earlier there were few items of business which were restricted, which were not allowed to be discussed in online meeting. But later on, after the amendment in 2020, those restrictions were lifted. Means now everything can be translated in online meeting. But still today also, central government may exclude a few items which cannot be discussed in online meeting, but that is may notify. Okay, fine. So what you have done here, the meaning of quorum, then what is the quorum requirement for board meeting, right? Then the directors who are participating online shall be counted in quorum. This much only, 3 things. Okay, fine. Now you know the one person company in which there is only one director. One person company in which there is only one director, what do you think? Do they conduct board meetings? No. So if they don't conduct board meetings, there is no requirement of quorum. Therefore this section 174 is not applicable to such company. Right? Next. Do you know in the board meeting, do you know that something about interested directors? Do you know that? So interested directors cannot attend the board meeting. Where you have studied this? In section 184, disclosure of interest. Director have to disclose their interest and not to participate in the meeting. So whatever discussion is going on in that discussion, in that business, if they are interested party, what they have to do? They have to disclose their interest and not to participate. Correct? So therefore, if the number of interested directors exceeds or equal to 2/3 of the total number of directors. You understood? See, what does it say? If the number of interested director present is 2/3 or more of the total strength of the board of directors, so in that case, now how to satisfy the quorum requirement? The remaining directors, because the interested director cannot participate, so all the interested directors will disclose their interest and get lost. Correct? So what about the other directors? Means directors who are non-interested directors, right? They can participate in the meeting, obviously, because they're non-interested. And the number of non-interested directors shall form the quorum, provided not less than 2. Easy. So number of non-interested directors shall be the, okay, they shall satisfy the quorum. Okay, fine. Okay, do you know 184? In that 184 we have also said that the interested director cannot participate, right? But also we have studied that in case of private company, they can participate, right? after disclosing their interest. Fine, fine, fine. Now friends, what is the quorum of board meeting? That's what we are studying right now. What is the quorum of board meeting? So quorum of board meeting shall be 1/3 of total or 2, whichever is higher. That means quorum of board meeting shall be as given in section 174. But what if AOA provides for a higher requirement? Means as per this, as I told you, total number of directors in our company is 15. So what is the quorum? 1/3 of 15 or 2, whichever is higher. So it is basically 5 or 2, whichever is higher. So quorum is 5. So 5 is the quorum to conduct board meeting in our company, right? But friends, what if AOA of our company says that quorum for our board meeting is 8? AOA says that quorum should be 8. So what we will follow? 8. Understood? So quorum for board meeting shall be as per sections 174 or AOA, whichever is higher. So that was given here. Articles can provide for a higher number. Okay, easy. Okay, now due to removal of director, due to resignation of director, okay, if the number of director is reduced below quorum, if the total number of directors are less than the quorum requirement, because many directors are removed, many directors have resigned. Okay, so now how to satisfy the quorum? So in that case, the other directors, the continuing directors will call general meeting of company to increase the number of directors. Because many directors left, many directors were removed, resigned. So therefore other directors will conduct general meetings and they will appoint new directors with the help of shareholders. Okay, done. Next, what if the quorum is not present? I told you quorum is minimum requirement. Okay. Yes, so if quorum is not present, then meeting shall be adjourned. Meeting shall be adjourned to same day, same time, same place, next week. And if that day in next week is a national holiday, so meeting shall be held on the next day of such holiday. Easy. So come on, tell me, as always I ask you this question, can board meeting be held on a national holiday? Can board meeting be held on a national holiday? Can adjourn board meeting be held on a national holiday? No. Understood? Board meeting can be held on any day, including national holiday. But here what we were discussing was about the adjourn meeting. Okay, can you see this? Section 174 of the Act prohibits the adjourn board meeting to be conducted on national holiday. But however, law is not specifically prohibiting the original meeting to be held on national holiday. Easy? Fine. Okay, now what if the board meeting is adjourned for the want of quorum, and at adjourned board meeting also quorum is not present? So now what to do? Now such board meeting shall stand cancelled. Okay, such board meeting shall stand cancelled. Okay, now if company conducts another board meeting, that is treated as a new meeting. Okay, fine. Now adjourn board meeting means what? Adjourn board meeting is not a new meeting, it is continuation of original board meeting. Okay, yes. What can you discuss in adjourn meeting? Only and only unfinished items of original meeting can be transacted in adjourn meeting. Easy? Fine. Now there is something related to quorum which is given in SS1. Yes, what is SS1 now? SS1 says that firstly, the quorum requirement, yes, quorum must be present not only at the time of commencement of meeting, but throughout the meeting. Do you remember that line? Quorum shall be present not only at the time of commencement but throughout the meeting. So if initially when the meeting started, the number of directors present were satisfying the quorum, but when the meeting was ongoing, in between, few directors left the meeting. And because few directors left the meeting, now quorum is not getting satisfied. So can they continue the meeting? No, because quorum must be present throughout the meeting. Okay. Next thing is, tell me one thing. Every meeting have a chairman? Yes. Can chairman adjourn the meeting? Obviously, who can adjourn the meeting? Chairman can adjourn the meeting. Chairman will announce the adjournment of meeting. When will chairman adjourn the meeting? If quorum is not present. If quorum is not present, chairman will adjourn the meeting. Can chairman adjourn the meeting even when the quorum is present? Yes. Even when the quorum is present? Yes. Why will he do that? Like natural calamities, any mishaps, can you see that earthquake, curfew, any other event? So he can adjourn the meeting when the quorum is present also. And he can adjourn the meeting for any reason at any stage of meeting. What is at any stage of meeting, friends? Means he can adjourn the meeting not only at the beginning but any time. Okay? Fine. Then you can see that the directors who are interested directors, the interested directors are obviously not counted for quorum, nor they are eligible to participate in the business. But in case of private company, as we have already discussed, directors, interested party can participate after disclosing their interest. Okay? Yes. Then you know something which is given by SEBI LODR. Yes, what SEBI LODR is saying? SEBI LODR here is talking about the top listed companies. How many top listed companies? It is talking about top 1000 listed companies, top 2000 listed companies. Are you aware about this? So here they are talking about the top listed companies. Quorum for them is a bit different, right? So top 1000 listed companies with effect from 1st of April 2019 and top 2000 listed companies with effect from 1st of April 2020. Okay, what they have to do? They have to satisfy the requirement of quorum, that is, they have to conduct 1/3 of total number of directors. Where it is? Here it is. 1/3 of total number of directors or 3 directors, whichever is higher, including at least one independent director. Right? Generally, independent director is not required to satisfy the quorum, but for top listed companies, required. Now tell me, in today's time, we are going to talk about which companies? Top 1000 or top 2000? Only top 2000 listed companies, because with effect from 1st of April 2020 onwards, it is top 2000. So we are in 2025 now, right? Done. Then next is, how can director participate? They can participate by video conferencing, other audiovisual means, right? And also director who are participating online shall be counted in quorum. Right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. Now you can see this as per SS1. The director who is participating through electronic means in a meeting shall be counted in, once again, shall be counted in quorum. But, do you remember? Unless they are excluded for any item of business. So, is there anything right now for which directors cannot discuss online? No. Earlier it was? Yes. So here you can see the list of earlier things. Okay, they have now removed that in the new module, but it was given earlier. So there were few things which were not allowed. Can you see this omitted? Right? Now it is allowed. Now to sum up the quorum, here you can see the revision of quorum, meetings of committees, and now here we are going to start with attendance register. Come on. In the name itself, you can understand what it is. Attendance register. Is this minutes book? No. It is other than minutes book. It is the record of attendance. Very simple. I did this topic in class. We have covered all these things in 9 points. Okay. So let us understand this. What is attendance register? Firstly, company have to maintain a separate attendance register for each kind of meeting. That is, one for board meeting, another for committee meeting. The company have to maintain this type of register. First point. Second point, the pages of attendance register shall be serially numbered. Easy. Okay. Okay, here we can see there is a demand for Section 8 company quorum. So here it is, dear, see this. Section 8 company, what is the quorum? Quorum is 8 members required or 25% of total number of members, whichever is less, shall form the quorum. This is for Section 8 company. And for specified IFSC companies, public company or private company, for them, the interested directors, just like private company, they can participate in the meeting after disclosing their interest, and also they are counted in quorum. Can you see this? Case of private companies. Okay, done? Yes, so now we can go to attendance register. So every company have to maintain attendance register for each kind of meeting. One is for board meeting, another is for committee meeting. Pages must be serially numbered. Pages must be serially numbered. Okay, next. What if attendance record is maintained in loosely form? Can company maintain it in loosely form? Yes, it is allowed, but you have to bound it periodically. That is at least once in every 3 years. Where to keep this? You can keep it at the registered office of company or any other place approved by board, but also you can carry this register at the places where board meetings are conducted. Okay, it may be taken at the place where the board meetings are held. I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Fine. Next is attendance register is open for inspection also. You tell me this is the attendance register for which meeting? Board meeting. So who can inspect it? Only the directors of company. So whoever are the current directors can inspect the records? Yes. Okay, once you seize the position, even after you seize the position as a director, can you inspect it? Yes, you can inspect it, but in that case, once you seize it, you can inspect the records of the meetings which were held during your tenure only, during your directorship only. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Yes. Then attendance register shall contain what? It shall contain the following particulars. First is serial number. What is this serial number? This is serial number of meeting. Means suppose this is company's 128th meeting, this is company's 140th meeting, that way. Okay, serial number of meeting, date of meeting, right? Where in case of committee meetings, you also have to write the name of committee, place of meeting, time of meeting, names and signatures of all directors present in the meeting, names and signatures of all company secretaries present, and also the invitees. You know invitees? Everyone? Yes? And also their mode of their attendance, how they are attending it. Okay? Yes. Now friends, if a director is attending the meeting through video conferencing, how will he sign the register? So if a director is attending the meeting by video conferencing, that director will give his consent to any of the director who is present at the meeting. He will give his consent to any one of the directors present at the meeting. That person is going to sign that register, and here it is deemed that this register is signed by the director who is attending online. Easy? Yes. Next is, this attendance register shall be preserved for how much time? For a period of 8 years, 8 financial years from the date of last entry made. From the date of last entry made, okay, it means what, you know? It's suppose if I am making an entry in attendance register today, so it shall be preserved for 8 years. From today? No. From the end of financial year. 8 years will start from the end of financial year. So if I'm making one entry today, the financial year will end on 31st of March. So after that, 8 years. Can you see this here? The period of 8 years should be counted from the end of the financial year in which the last entry made. Easy? Yes? So 8 years. We are going to preserve it for 8 years. What after 8 years we will do? After 8 years, we can destroy this record with the approval of board. And we shall keep this register in custody of company secretary. If there is no CS, then in the custody of any other person authorized by board. Is this clear, everybody? Any doubt? Okay, so next topic is leave of absence. What is leave of absence? Come on, tell me, can director remain absent in the meeting? Yes, director can remain absent in the meeting. How? What he need to do? Do you remember whenever company is sending the notice of board meeting, it specifies the name of chairman, name of CS, right? So if director, contact number, email ID. So if director wants to remain absent, he will have to communicate his leave of absence. He will have to communicate his leave of absence, and then leave of absence shall be granted to them. Are you getting it? So they need to communicate to the CS or to the chairman or any other person authorized by board. Okay? Easy? But, so you can remain absent, right? But if a director remains absent from all the board meetings, if director remain absent from all the board meetings which were held in the preceding 12 months, then he is absent for all the board meetings with leave of absence or without leave of absence, that doesn't matter. He is absent from all the board meetings. So in such case, he will have to vacate his office because he is absent from all the board meetings which were held in the preceding 12 months. With or without leave doesn't matter. So this part is given in section number 167, that is vacation of office of director. Superb. YouTube live students are so active. Can you see the section number? Under section 167. Superb active, right? You know, you need lot of efforts to type that section. Also you need to hear along. Why you are not typing it? You didn't told 167. See, they are so active. Superb. Right? Why are you laughing? You should appreciate, know them. So there are so many of them are so active. Kinjal, Gayatri, so many. Kamna, no boys. Good. So you all can understand this chapter. Speed is fine. Anything you want me to do fast, slow? Fast? Huh? बराबर है? Okay. YouTube students, speed is fine. Anything you want me to do fast, slow? See, you are super intelligent. Therefore, you have that opinion. Okay. Okay, good. So everything is perfect. So you should hit a like button over there. Can you see that like button? Yes, you can hit that like button if you understand everything. Chalo, let's go. Chairman. Next topic is chairman. Okay. Yeah, we will go for break at 2. Okay.
Next month. I am resident. Let us say I went outside India.
Chalo. So chairman. Come on. You know every meeting has a chairman. But understand one thing here. You can see these small paragraphs are given related to chairman. Okay. Can you see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now listen carefully, and then you can read this paragraph. It will get connected. See, firstly, the entire team of directors are called as what? Board of directors. Okay. You know, out of this all the directors, there is one person who is the chairman of board. Means he is the chairman of this board. Are you getting the point? He is chairman of this board. Also, there is one person who is the chairman of the company. There is one person who is the chairman of the company. So one person is the chairman of company. Another is chairman of the board. Then you know there is something called as board meeting, and there is one chairman of board meeting, because every board meeting has a chairman, right? So you know what? The chairman of company is the chairman of board. The chairman of company is the chairman of board. Okay? And who is the chairman of board meeting? The chairman of board is the chairman of board meeting. Understood? So if this chairman is not appointed, or if he is absent within, we will wait for, if he is not present within 5 minutes from the scheduled meeting time, then all the directors present will elect any one of them as the chairman for that particular meeting. Understood? Sure, everyone. Now same thing when you discuss about committee meetings. So you know there are different types of committees: nomination, remuneration committee, CSR committee, risk management committee, SRC, NRC, audit committee, so many, right? So you know every committee has a chairman. There is one chairman of committee. Then also we have chairman of committee meetings. There is one chairman of committee, and there is one person who is chairman of this committee meetings. So who appoints the chairman of committee meeting? Committee will appoint. We have done this in regulation number, when we were doing 71 to 75. So there is one that was 72. So there was chairman of committee. Who will appoint the chairman of committee meetings? Committee will appoint. And if he is absent within 5 minutes and all, then members will appoint. Easy. So same thing is given here. Okay. So you can read this once and then chairman is over. So now we are starting with minutes. Very important section. Very important section. That is section number 118. Yes, I hope you know what is committee. Sorry, I hope you know what is minutes book. Friends, minutes means what? It is a formal record of the meeting. It is the formal record. It is a formal written record which can be maintained in physical form or electronic form. So basically it is a record of the proceedings of the meeting. Okay, it's evidence of the meeting. So yes, obviously every company shall prepare, sign, keep minutes of the proceedings of every meeting of board of directors and committee meeting. Okay, so basically for every meeting you need to maintain a minutes. So what is the minutes? Minutes means the record of meeting, and minutes book is the book where all these records are kept. Correct? So yes, for every meeting then you do this. So the minutes is nothing but the summary of the meeting, which can be used for future reference, and there is a big list of contents of minutes. There's a big list of, can you see that? It shall contain what? Names of the directors present, right? In case each resolution passed, the names of the dissenting directors and the directors who refused to vote. Minutes shall also specify what? The list of the directors who refused to vote, list of the directors who voted against the resolution, everything. There's a big list related to the contents. Okay, so obviously being a revision class, I am not going to the contents. You can just refer it once, entire contents. But yes, I am going to explain you entire procedure of finalization of minutes, which is very, very important. Okay, so let's go. Firstly, if here there is a board meeting, so when there is a board meeting which is held on 15th of May. Okay, there is another board meeting which is scheduled on 10th July. Okay, now friends, tell me, the minutes book for board meeting which was held on 15th May shall be made obviously after the meeting is over. So once the minutes are made, you know what we do? Minutes are noted in the next board meeting. You know, whenever we start the next board meeting, first we read out the minutes of previous meeting. Correct? So obviously minutes are approved in the next board meeting. This is the point which you can see here. Minutes of the previous meeting shall be noted at the meeting of board held immediately following the date of entry made in the minutes. So as soon as we make the entry here, afterwards in the next board meeting we are going to do the noting part. Okay, fine. Now next thing is, come on, tell me, once the board meeting is held, board meeting is over. Now what we need to do? We need to prepare minutes book, right? What is the procedure to prepare minutes? Come on. Board meeting is over. So firstly we are going to prepare a draft minutes. You need to prepare a draft minutes and send it. Send it to all the directors of the company. You need to finish this job within how much time? Within 15 days. All the students watching online, if you have not studied minutes, concentrate. You need to do this without fail. You can't skip this procedure. Okay, so within 15 days from when? Within 15 days from the date of board meeting, you need to prepare a draft minutes and send it to all the directors. All the directors means all the directors of the company. Even the directors who did not attended the meeting, you need to send to all. Why? Why we are sending it to them? We are sending it to them for their comments. For their comments on the draft, because it's a draft, it's not final thing, right? Now see this, can you see this? Within 15 days from the date of meeting, you need to draft minutes shall be circulated to all the directors by speed post and all, right? Why? For their comments. Now directors can comment within how much time? Within 7 days from when? Within 7 days from the date of circulation. Okay, directors shall comment. Director shall comment. Okay. Now tell me one thing, can directors comment after expiry of 7 days also? Yes, but that is at the discretion of chairman. Yes, you can see this point. They shall communicate their comments within 7 days from the date of circulation. Okay, and yes, they can communicate their comment after expiry of 7 days also, if so authorized by the chairman at his discretion. Okay, what if a particular director don't comment anything within 7 days? So it is assumed as if he has no problem with the draft. That you can see it here, if director does not comment on draft, it shall be deemed that he has approved such minutes. What if a director has ceased to be a director now? Meeting was held, next day of the meeting he left the company. Now will he get the draft? Now will he get the draft? Next day after the meeting he left the company, is he eligible to get the draft? Is he eligible to comment? Is he eligible to comment? Yes, because every director of the company can comment. Director who was absent, can he comment? Yes, it's for all the directors. Okay, so director who ceases to be a director is also entitled to receive the draft and also to offer his comments whether he attended the meeting or not. Fine, so after considering the comment of everyone, now what we will do? After considering the comment of everyone, what we will do? You will prepare the final draft, and now you need to enter the minutes in the minutes book. Enter the minutes in the minutes book, and this must be done within 30 days. Okay, 30 days from when? 30 days from the date of meeting. Okay, this shall be done within 30 days. Can you see this? Minutes shall be entered in minutes book within 30 days. So it is within 30 days, it is not after 30 days. So on which day minutes were entered in minutes book, that day will be recorded by CS. Okay, the day when the entry was made in the minutes book shall be recorded by CS. And once the minutes are entered in minutes book, now it cannot be changed because you have already entered the minutes in the minutes book. Now no changes. So minutes once entered in minutes book, now no alteration. Is this clear? Everybody understood this? Now no alteration, okay? Tell me one thing, can we still alter it? See, we have already entered the minutes in the minutes book, right? So do we remove the minutes now? When we are going to remove the minutes again? In the next board meeting for noting process, right? So generally when the minutes are entered in the minutes book, now no changes. You can, if you want to change, if you want to alter, it can be done. When? In the next board meeting, in the subsequent board meeting in which you are going to do the noting of such minutes. Okay, so alteration is allowed by the express approval of board. By the express approval of board in the next board meeting in which it is noted. Okay, that you can see here. Shall not be altered, and if you want to alter it, it can be done only by the express approval of board at its next board meeting in which the minutes are noted. Easy? Fine? Come on, after this is done, noting is done in the next board meeting and everything, now we are going to talk about the signing of minutes. Who signs the minutes? Obviously chairman will sign the minutes. Yes. So okay, tell me one thing, which chairman will sign the minutes? Chairman of this meeting or chairman of next meeting? Any chairman. Okay, so minutes shall be signed by minutes shall be signed by the chairman of meeting or by the chairman of next meeting. Okay, clear? Yes. And you know what? Once it is signed by the chairman, now no alteration. Okay. Minutes are signed by the chairman of board meeting or the chairman of next board meeting. Okay, and once it is signed, now no alteration. Now no changes. Come on, anything else? You know how chairman will sign the minutes? He will initial each page. Initial each page. You understand? Initial, the small signature, initial sign. He will initial each page and he will sign on the last page. Okay, next. Now after this, there is something called as certification. Can you see this? Signed by the chairman of meeting or chairman of next meeting. How will he sign? He will initial each page and sign the last page. Okay. Okay, if the minutes are maintained in electronic form, then chairman will sign it digitally. Then he will sign it in a digital manner. Okay, fine. After that, what is next, friends? Certification of minutes. Once the signing part is done, now within 15 days. 15 days from when? Within 15 days from signing of minutes by chairman. What you need to do? Within 15 days, what you need to do? Two things. One, certification of minutes. So minutes shall be certified by CS. If there is no CS, then any director. You need to certify this. Okay, certified. Certification of minutes by CS or the director of company, right? Can you see this? CS or any director of company, they will certify this within 15 days and we need to send the certified copies, certified copy of minutes to all the directors of the company. Are you getting it? All the directors of the company. Any doubt in this? Everybody understood? So within 15 days, both this job must be done, certification as well as sending the copies. You understood this? See, within 15 days, we will send it to, circulate to all the directors, except to those who waived off their right to receive the same. Directors who told we don't want all this, so don't send to them. Otherwise to all. And we have sent the certified copies to all the directors. The proof of sending the same shall be maintained by the company again for not less than 3 years from the date of meeting. Okay, so this was about how to prepare the minutes. Is this clear to everybody? Yes, they can ask questions on this. Okay. Yes, next. Come on, you tell me, who can inspect the minutes? Can shareholder inspect the minutes of board meeting? Yes, no. Members of company, shareholders cannot inspect it. Answer is no. See, this is the record of board meeting. So who can inspect? Board members, that is directors. Can be inspected by the directors. Okay, then tell me one thing. If I am a director of company today, I joined the company yesterday. Today I want to inspect the minutes of the board meetings which were held last year. Can I inspect? I joined the company yesterday. Okay, today I'm a director. I want to inspect the minutes book of the board meetings which were held last year. Come on, tell me. Last year I was director of this company? No. Still, can I inspect it today? Yes. When I am on the chair of director, I can inspect the minutes of any meeting. Okay? Come on. Now I left the company. I left the company. Now I am no more director of that company. Now can I inspect the minutes of the board meetings which were held during my tenure? Yes. Can I inspect the board meetings which were held after my tenure? Before my tenure? Before my tenure? Before my tenure? No. Once I cease to be a director, then I can inspect only the board meetings which were held during my tenure. When I am on the chair of the director, then I can inspect the board meetings minutes which were held during my tenure also and before my tenure also. There is logic na. See, if I don't see the minutes book of my previous duration, like today I am a director, but I want to inspect the board meetings which were held in the last year. So obviously I want to see the what happened in the last meeting. Accordingly, I want to take decision today because now I am going to drive the company. So that's why when I'm on the chair of the director, I can inspect the minutes of any board meeting. But once I leave the company, then I can inspect the board meetings minutes which were held only during my tenure only. Understood? Fine. So here you can see that entire thing. Okay? See this during the period of directorship, even when he ceases to be a director. Otherwise, before the period of directorship also. Okay? Who else can inspect it? So obviously, company secretary in practice, PCS, then secretarial auditor, statutory auditor, cost auditor, internal auditor can inspect the minutes book as that may be necessary for performing their audit duties. Okay? And inspection of minutes may be provided in physical form also, electronic form also. But whenever they are providing you minutes for inspection, okay, it is the duty of CS, okay, or the official of company authorized by CS to make sure that, to take all the precautions to ensure that the minutes are not mutilated, minutes are not tempered while inspecting it. You have to make sure that person inspecting it is not misusing it. Okay, that's all. And members of company cannot inspect the minutes, as I told you. Right? Come on, minutes are preserved for how much time? Permanently. Minutes are preserved permanently. It shall be kept in the custody of CS, okay, or any director authorized by board. Okay, what if company goes into merger and amalgamation with another company? Then where will you keep these minutes? So in such case, the company which is getting transferred, merged, so minutes shall be handed over to after merger, that is transferee company, and now that company is going to preserve it permanently. Okay, it shall be handed over to transferee company and it shall be preserved by the transferee company now. Okay, and now there is a penalty, like if you have not followed 118, so here there is a penalty. Easy? What is the penalty? So company is liable for a penalty of 25,000 and officer in default is liable for a penalty of 5,000. But I told you, if a person is found guilty for tempering the minutes, you understand, tempering changes in the minutes, so he shall be penalized with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 2 years and fine not less than 25,000 rupees, which may extend to 1 lakh rupees. Easy? So penalty is also done. Now only few things are left to finish this chapter. Yeah, we went good, I guess, 2 hours, but almost chapter is coming to an end now. Fine? Okay, so we will continue this chapter after a small break because there is so much to do. So how much break? How much? 15 minutes. It's enough, right? So see you after 15 minutes break.
So if you have a property जो situated है या located है in India, if you have a property जो situated है या located है in India, जैसे इंडिया में एक प्रॉपर्टी है, उसका रेंट अक्रूड इन इंडिया, उस ये इनकम एनओआर के हाथ में क्या रहेगी? टैक्सेबल।
चलो, now see the next topic. Next topic is what? Next topic is types of resolutions. Now we are doing board meeting chapter. तो आपको पता है इसमें board resolutions की बात हो रही है. बताओ मुझे board resolution कितने टाइप के होते हैं? कितने टाइप के होते हैं board resolution? 4 टाइप के होते हैं. 4 टाइप के बोर्ड रेजोल्यूशन होते हैं. कैसे? देखो, एक होता है बोर्ड रेजोल्यूशन विच आर पास्ड एट द मीटिंग, है ना? एट बोर्ड मीटिंग मतलब बोर्ड मीटिंग बुलाओ, डायरेक्टर्स वोट करेंगे और रेजोल्यूशन पास होएगा. नाउ टेल मी, कैन वी पास बोर्ड रेजोल्यूशन विदाउट बोर्ड मीटिंग? यस, दैट इज कॉल्ड बाय, that is resolution passed by circulation, जिसमें we talk in section 175. Then there are other 2 types also. You know, generally the board resolution is passed by majority votes, right? Whenever you see pass board resolution, that means in that we are talking about majority votes, okay? And the other side is 100% votes. One is majority votes and second is 100% votes. So these are the 4 types of board resolution. Okay, easy. Come on. Fine. So this is only explained here. Board resolution with this unanimous is 100%. Then at meeting, and this is by circulation. You know, by circulation is given separately in section 175, right? In this, what do? Do we conduct board meeting? No. So what we do, we want to pass a board resolution without a board meeting. So what we will do, we will first prepare a draft resolution, which is called motion proposal. So we will prepare a draft and then we will send it to all the directors or committee members at their registered address. Now they are going to vote on that resolution from home. Alright, now the draft what we are going to send, we are also going to send all the details of the business to be approved. All the related documents, details, everything. Now they are going to vote at home. Now how to vote and what is the time limit to vote is also mentioned in that draft. Everything is mentioned, how to vote and time limit to vote. Can you tell me what is the maximum time limit what company can give? 7 days to vote. Correct? Now how many votes are required to pass this type of resolution by circulation? Majority votes. These resolutions are passed by majority votes. Correct? Now when we send the draft to all the directors, now if 1/3 of the total number of directors request that we want to discuss this matter in the meeting and not by circulation. How many directors requested this? 1/3 or more of the total number of directors. So if this many directors want to take the matter in the meeting, in such case chairman will take this matter in the meeting and resolution will not be passed even when majority votes are received in favor. Correct? So this was your resolution passed by circulation. I explained you everything, whatever is given here. Right, then here you can see the procedure is given, right? And after procedure, now there is a topic of duties of CS before the meeting, at the meeting, after the meeting. What CS needs to do before the meeting, what CS is required to do at the meeting and after the meeting. Okay, yes. So now friends, this is very simple. This is nothing but a kind of summary of this chapter. Right? Can you see this? First they have given duties of CS before the meeting. So whatever you have done in the chapter, like for example, what are the things to be done before the meeting? send the notice 7 days before, by post, this, that. If you're sending it by post, you have to count 2 additional days, right? Then if the meeting is at short notice, you have to make sure that independent director is present in such meeting, right? Then meeting is called by a proper person. Meeting is called by any director or CS in consulting with this, that. If it is a first board meeting, notice shall also mention, then it is a first board meeting. You need to mention all this, right? Then agenda, notes on agenda, all these things shall be given, right? Contact the directors and request them to attend the meeting. Make arrangements at least half an hour before the meeting, right? The person who is responsible for conducting the meeting should place all the folders, agenda, notes on agenda, everything on place. Everything should be ready at least half an hour before the meeting. And before holding the meeting, welcome the directors and obtain their signature in attendance register. Attendance register we did today, so you need to take their signatures in that. So these are the arrangements what you need to do before the meeting. Okay, what you need to do at the meeting? So there are 2 things at the meeting: quorum and chairman. Quorum need to be present at the meeting. So now they are going to explain here quorum for every type, what you have done in the chapter today, right? You have to make sure that 1/3 of total strength or 2, whichever is higher, is present at the meeting, right? Then in case of top 200 listed companies, quorum is different. So in that case, 1/3 of total strength or 3, whichever is higher, shall be present, including at least 1 independent director, right? Everything, section 8 company, quorum for section 8 company is given here, right? Then you need to appoint a chairman. If chairman is not present within 5 minutes, if you know, right, then help the chairman to conduct the meeting, right? Then if any director wants to place any other item for discussion, he can take up for discussion other than agenda. He want to take up something else for discussion, he can do that with the approval of chairman. Okay, then every director have to disclose his interest. Do you remember disclosure of interest? Section 184. So director have to disclose their interest and not to participate. So every director have to disclose his interest in form MBP1. This MBP1 you have studied in section 184. Okay, and then you need to decide date and place for next board meeting. So this was the things done at the meeting. Again, all the points were done in the chapter itself. And what CS need to do after the meeting? So after the meeting is very simple. Entire procedure of minutes, right? The procedure what we saw today for minutes. So same thing is need to be done. Then we come to virtual board meetings and committee meetings. Firstly, you tell me what is virtual meeting? What if few directors are attending the meeting online and few attending offline? Is that meeting a virtual meeting? Few are attending online, few are attending offline. Is that a virtual meeting? No. Virtual meeting means a meeting which is held totally. Meeting which is held totally by the means of video conferencing or other audio visual means is called virtual meeting. Okay, see this, in virtual meeting there is no physical presence of participants. There is no designated venue for the purpose of meeting. Participant located from different places participate in the meeting either by teleconferencing, video conferencing, combination of them, right? All these things are there. And then all this introduction part was given in this chapter, as you know. See this virtual meeting, virtual meeting, virtual meeting. But remember one thing, all these terms which are given in your module, electronic means, timestamp, secured computer system, all these terms, can they ask in exam? Yes. Okay, so already this was done in class also. Yes. Then you can see the highlighted part over here. Already things are already done. I can give you one more revision for this. Can you see this? Any director may participate electronic mode unless Act has specifically prohibited any item of business. So right now, is there any item of business which is restricted? No. But obviously it can be done in future. See this, these are the list of items. which were previously restricted to discuss through online mode. Now this is previously restricted, now it is allowed. Okay, then you know that even if meeting is online, notice must be given in writing. Notice must be given in writing to every director, by hand, by speed post, by registered post, by fax, by email, by any other electronic means. Where to send the notice? Again same, at the address registered with the company. In the absence of such details, at the address which appears on DIN number. Easy everyone? Right, okay. Then, notice shall also inform the director about the option available to them to attend the meeting online and all, right? But now if director intends to participate the meeting through electronic mode, he need to give sufficient prior intimation to the chairman or CS, the person whose details were given in the notice of meeting. So you need to give that so that they can make the suitable arrangements. Okay. Then, if a director, let's say for example, if I'm a director and if I have made up my mind that I am going to attend all meetings online. Okay, so what I can do? Again and again I have to give prior intimation. So instead of that, I can give one-time intimation. I can give my intimation of participation through electronic means at the beginning of calendar year. In the beginning of the calendar year, I will inform the CS or chairman that I am going to attend all the meetings online. So now do I need to give intimation again and again? No. Understood? Only one time information I need to give. And once I give the information, that intimation shall be valid for such calendar year. Easy? Yes. So once I give this intimation for the entire year, now if suppose I want to attend the meeting offline, will law restrict me? No. Such intimation shall not debar him from participation in the meeting in person. Okay, but again you need to give the sufficient intimation. Easy? Notice of meeting contain name, contact number, everything, whatever we have done earlier, same thing is given here also again. The director who is participating through electronic mode is counted in quorum? Yes, is counted in quorum. Same thing again, right? Okay, see this venue of virtual meeting. Come on, meeting is virtual meeting, means it's totally online meeting. What is the venue? Venue shall be as set forth in the notice. Shall be deemed place of the said meeting. All the recordings of such meeting shall be deemed to have been made at such place. Easy? And then the procedure for calling online meeting is given here. 12 points. How to call the meeting, and then here the meaning of secretarial standard SS1. Okay, and here your chapter is over. See, this SS1 is given, and here you can see the specimen, the drafts. Okay, do they ask drafting in company law paper? Is it compulsory question or optional question? Now it is compulsory. You saw the last paper? Earlier, from so many years, they were keeping it as optional question, but now they gave a surprise. Now it is a compulsory question. Okay, but already we have conducted a separate lecture of drafting. I hope you people have attended it. And also, we have that drafting lecture on our this YouTube channel also. So you can go through that also. But it is a compulsory question now, don't ignore it. Okay, fine. Otherwise, your chapter is over. One chapter is done for today. Okay, fine. Any doubt in this? Everybody? Board meeting done from ICSI module. Now can I say if they ask anything, we will be able to answer. So please revise this today itself. Finish it off. Don't wait for us. It is very important chapter. When you listen to the provisions, you think, yeah, it's so easy and this, that. But when they ask the question and the way you need to draft your answer, that is very challenging. Right? So please be careful. Fine. So next, what we are going to do next? Next chapter what we need to start is which we are starting today now. Everything is important. Okay? All are priority. This is company law. If you do all these talks, this is important, this is not important, then you are also not important. Because they can ask anything. See the papers. Why I am wasting so much of time in module in class when we are doing? Why? I used to take minimum 1.5 hour to do the same chapter from the module. Because you people don't read module at home. No one reads it because it is boring. Right? No one reads it. There is so much of things. So please. Drafting video is here on this YouTube channel only. You can search. You can check the video list. You may have to scroll, but it is available. 2 videos are available. Okay? It is compulsory question. Come on. What's next? अभी किया ना, वो बड़ा है वो. General meeting is a big chapter, no? हाँ मैं कराऊंगा. We are going to do that. Meetings and directors, everything. Fine. What we will do is we will start a chapter. Okay. Let's see if we can finish it off or not. Then we can continue in the next class. Okay. So we'll go with the chapter. Come on. Which you want me to start? Okay. See directors, in that we can see there are 3 chapters. One is directors, one is board composition, and there is KMP. Okay. So we can start with what? KMP? Okay. Come on. Let's start with the KMP. Very important. Again, the last chapter in this module, KMP. Come on everyone, KMP. Any problem? क्या बोल रहे हो? Madam, any problem? Chalo, let's go. KMP. Now see friends, KMP is very nice chapter, small chapter, right? It is not big. Okay, it's easy also. Come on, let's go. Now see, in the KMP chapter, first thing in the module you will see is the meaning of KMP. So KMP is defined in section 2, clause number 51. Section 2, clause 51. Okay. So what is KMP? KMP includes, managing director, whole-time director, manager, CEO, CFO, right? And CS. So these are the 6 people who are covered in KMP. Okay? And there can be such other officer who is working not more than one level below the directors, who is in the whole-time employment, designated as KMP, is also treated as KMP. Okay, so these all are considered as the KMP of the company. But here you can see the individual definitions of KMP, which were very simple definitions, right? One-liners, right? Then we are coming to now very important thing, that is section number 203 of Companies Act 2013, which talks about appointment of KMP. Yes. Now friends, what is this appointment of KMP? Firstly, tell me, which companies are required to appoint a KMP? 2 types of company. First, every public listed company and every other public company having paid up share capital of 10 CR or more are required to appoint full-time KMP. Okay. See, when we talk about appointment of KMP, we always read Rule 8. Rule 8 of Companies Appointment and Remuneration of Managerial Personnel Rules 2014. And when we talk about appointment of CS, then we will say Rule 8A. Rule 8 is appointment of KMP, Rule 8A is appointment of CS, full-time CS. Okay, fine. Yes, Anish, I remember you. All the very best. This is just the beginning, bhai. Chalo, fine. So every public listed company and every other public company having paid up share capital of what? 10 CR or more. Okay. That means what? Private companies are not required to have KMP. Okay, friends? Come on. So please mark this as your point number 1. That is about which companies are required to have KMP. Easy? हाँ बेटा, that is error. मैंने ऑलरेडी क्लास में बोला था ये कि आपके बुक में यहाँ पे 3 बॉक्सेस दिए हैं. You can see here they are talking about what? Private company also. But KMPs are not required to be appointed in private company. I already told this in class. So only this and this. Okay, so read this. Fine. So such companies are required to have a whole-time basis KMP. Who are the KMPs? So again you can see the list of people here. All these are the officers. Okay, fine. Second point is what? Second point in this we are going to talk about Rule 8A. Come on, Rule 8A means what? We are talking about what? Appointment of CS. Come on. Obviously you can read this line which is given here, but in general, come on, tell me, which companies are required to appoint full-time CS? See, can I say wherever companies are required to appoint whole-time KMP, they will anyways have CS, because CS is also a KMP, right? So can I say every public listed company, every public listed company, then other public company having paid up share capital of 10 CR or more. Correct? But when we are talking about CS, then you need to appoint CS in private companies also. So private companies are not required to have KMP, but private companies are required to appoint full-time CS if the paid up share capital is 10 CR or more. Okay, so this is your rule 8A. This will become your point number 2 of section 203. Okay, come on now, point number 3. Yes, concentrate please. Point number 3 says that no person can be appointed as chairman plus MD, chairman plus CEO, chairman plus MD, chairman plus CEO at the same time. You cannot be appointed as chairman plus MD, chairman plus CEO. Means you cannot enjoy both these positions at the same time. Why? A person cannot be chairman plus CEO, chairman plus MD at the same time. Why? Because if you do everything, you can't do anything. And if it's not about too much work, it's about efficiency, which may be due to too much of work, but like even if you give priority to certain work, but see, it is going to directly or indirectly affect the performance of company. And who has invested in the company? General public, investors, right? So their investment may get affected. Therefore, there is this type of restriction. Okay, so person cannot become chairman plus MD, chairman plus CEO at the same time in a company, right? You can see this here. An individual shall not be appointed as chairman as well as MD or CEO at the same time. But there are few exceptions. Unless. There are few exceptions unless. Okay, so what are the exceptions? First, if articles of company provide otherwise. That is, if AOA of company allows you to hold both the positions, in that case you can hold both the positions. This is your first exception. Second exception, if company is involved in a single business. If company is doing a single business, can you hold both the positions? Yes. In that case, you can hold both the positions. Because there is only one business. You need to focus on both the business. So you can handle both. What if your company is doing 10 type of businesses and you are only chairman, you are only MD? So can you handle 10 businesses? No. So if company is doing single business, you can hold both the positions at the same time, no problem. So can I say if company is doing multiple businesses, you cannot do this? If company is doing multiple businesses, means more than one type of business, in such case, you cannot hold both the positions, right? Yes, yes. But see what the point is saying. Point is saying that, third exception, if company is engaged in multiple business, okay, means if company is having more than one business, so it is not allowed, right? You cannot hold both the positions, right? But here they are saying that if company is doing multiple businesses, in such case also, this becomes an exception as notified by central government. As notified by central government. Means it is not in the all cases. It is only in the cases where central government has notified it. So has the central government notified any such thing? Yes. Here is the notification. Can you see this MCA notification? So in which case this becomes your third exception? Which case? See, this is for the central government hereby notifies that if you are a public company having paid up share capital of 100 CR or more and turnover of 1000 CR or more. Come on, once again, if you are a public company having paid up share capital of 100 CR or more, and it is not or, it is and annual turnover of 1000 CR or more. If you are this type of public company and your company is engaged in multiple businesses, if your company is doing 10 type of businesses and your company has appointed CEO for each of such businesses, your company is doing 10 businesses and you have appointed CEO for each of the businesses. Understood? You have appointed CEO for each of such businesses. So tell me, there are 10 businesses. So is there someone who is looking after each of the businesses? Yes. So now can you hold both the positions? Yes. So now you can become chairman plus MD. CEO you have already appointed. You understood? Therefore, this becomes an exception. Okay? Come on, we will repeat this point once again. Point number 3, an individual shall not become chairman plus MD, chairman plus CEO at the same time. Not allowed. But there are few exceptions. Come on, what are the exceptions? First, if AOA allows the same. Second, if company is doing a single business, it is allowed. Okay, what if company is doing multiple business? So it is allowed if notified by central government. So central government has notified which companies? Public companies having paid up share capital of 100 CR or more and turnover of 1000 CR or more. Such public company is involved in multiple businesses and company has appointed CEO for each of such businesses. In such case, you can hold both the positions. You can become chairman plus MD at the same time. Easy, everybody? Online students, clear, everyone? Sure, everybody? Yes. Now, this becomes your point number 3. Now let's go to point number 4. Come on. Now with this we are done with section 203 subsection 1. Now we are starting with subsection 2. Okay? And also we will make this point as point number 4. Come on. Generally you tell me who appoints the director of company? Who will appoint the directors of company? Shareholders. But you know who appoints the KMP? Board. So directors are appointed by shareholders, KMP are appointed by board, means by passing board resolution. So here is the point. Every whole time KMP of company shall be appointed by means of passing board resolution containing the terms and conditions of appointment. Is this clear? Done. So your subsection 2 is done. So KMP is appointed by passing board resolution in board meeting. Now point number 5, and along with this we are doing subsection 3. Come on, what is this? Everyone concentrate. Whole time KMP shall not hold office in more than one company. Do you know this? You can act as a full-time KMP only in one company, not more than one company. You know this? You can act as a whole-time KMP, you can work as a whole-time KMP only in one company, not more than one company. Let's say for example, if Raj is a whole-time KMP in ABC Limited. Okay, now can Raj become whole-time KMP in MS Limited? Raj can become whole-time KMP in MS Limited, so answer is no, because a person can become whole-time KMP only in one company, that is ABC Limited. But what if ABC Limited is having one subsidiary company? So Raj is a whole-time KMP in ABC Limited. Therefore, he cannot become whole-time KMP in some other company. But can he become whole-time KMP in the subsidiary company? Yes. So that is, you can say, except in its subsidiary company at the same time. Everybody easy? Okay, so yes, just now we told a person can become KMP. This becomes your point number 5. Okay, now point number 6. So as I told you, a person cannot become whole-time KMP in more than one company, right? But if Raj is a KMP in ABC Limited, tell me, can he become a director in MS Limited? Yes. A person cannot become KMP in another company, but he can become director in another company. So answer is yes. So KMP may become a director with the permission of board. Okay, easy. Yes, next line will be your next point. Now, suppose if Raj is concentrate. What if the Raj is a managing director or manager. Okay, what if Raj is a managing director or manager in a company? Which company? ABC Limited. Okay, so if he is a managing director or manager in a company, okay, still, okay, can I say managing director and manager means KMP only, right? But I'm talking about specific KMP, MD or manager. If he is holding any of this position, that is MD or manager in a company, now tell me, can he become KMP in another company? No. But the point says that if he is MD or manager in a company, he can be appointed as MD in another company. That means MS Limited, that is another company may appoint a person as MD. Come on, MS Limited appointed Raj as what? MD. A company can appoint a person as MD if he is MD or manager in one and not more than one other company. Right? So you can do that, but for such appointment, you need to pass a resolution at a meeting of board with the consent of all the directors present at the meeting. You need to take the consent of all the directors present at the meeting. Okay, so with the consent of all the directors, this can be done. And for such board meeting, you need to give the notice to, specific notice to all the directors present that time in India. Okay, so this is your 7th point. Fine, come on. Now point number 8 is your SEBI LODR. What is it? SEBI LODR is talking about obviously listed companies. So what listed companies have to do? Listed company have to disclose to stock exchange if this or this happens in the company. Okay, there is one demand that I need to explain 7th point again. So I need to explain 7th point again. Okay? Are you okay with it? नहीं तेरे को समझा, but there is a demand, no? How you can be so selfish? Huh? You don't worry, YouTube, I am there with you. See, concentrate. 7th point says that if a person is a managing director or manager in a company, so can he be, so obviously he is one of the KMP only, because MD and manager also KMP. And the previous point says that a person can become whole-time KMP only in one company, right? But here we are saying that a company, that is let's say MS Limited, a company may appoint Raj. MS Limited, a company can appoint a person as MD. A company can appoint a person as MD even if he is holding the position of MD or manager in some one other company. Still you can appoint him as MD in your company. You can appoint a person as MD in your company if he is already holding a position of MD or manager in some other company. But for this, what you need to do is, you need to pass a resolution at board meeting in which you need to take the consent of all the directors present at the meeting. That is unanimous approval. Okay, and to conduct such board meeting, you need to give specific notice to all the directors who are that time present in India. Okay, demand over. I hope you understood 7th point. Okay, done. Come on, 8th point. Now what is next? SEBI LODR. What does it say? That listed companies have to disclose to stock exchange if this or this happens in the company. What is that? If there is change in the directors KMP, senior management, auditor, compliance officer, if any of these people change, so listed company have to inform stock exchange. Or whenever there is fraud done, default made by listed company, by promoter, director, KMP, senior management of the company, right? Arrest of KMP, senior management. So you need to inform to stock exchange. You need to inform stock exchange within how much time? 24 hours. Within 24 hours. Okay, that becomes your point number 8. The next is point number 9. Again, we are coming back to Companies Act 2013 after SEBI LODR, and now we are going to do subsection number 4. Section 203, subsection number 4. Come on. In this, we are going to talk about vacancy of KMP. Yes, if there is a vacancy of KMP, tell me vacancy shall be filled up within how much time? 6 months. Okay, so who will fill up the vacancy? Obviously board, because who appoints the KMP? Board. So in this case, such vacancy, resulting vacancy shall be filled up by board at a board meeting within 6 months from the date of such vacancy. Clear, everyone? 9th point. Okay, now point number 10. Very simple point, very easy point. Whatever we did just now, that is section number 203, we did subsection 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these subsections means all the rules, whatever we have done regarding KMP shall not apply on government companies. Okay, all these rules shall not be applicable on government companies. Okay, point number 11 is penalty. If any default is made by the company in complying with the requirement of section 203, so company shall be liable for a penalty of 5 lakh rupees, and officer in default shall be liable for a fine of 50,000 rupees, and if still default continues, so there will be further penalty of 1,000 per day till the default continues, but not more than 5 lakh rupees. Okay, so this is the 11th point. Now point number 12. Please concentrate. Intimation regarding appointment of KMP. Means whenever a company is appointing a KMP, tell me they need to send intimations to whom and in which forms. Just now you saw SEBI LODR. Can you see the SEBI LODR rules? In SEBI LODR there was one point, whenever there is change in the KMP. So whenever there is change in the KMP, you need to inform to stock exchange within 24 hours. So this is one of the intimation. Similarly, what are the other requirements of intimation disclosures? So understand one thing. Whenever directors or KMPs are appointed or they are leaving the business, leaving the company, always you need to file form number DIR 12. You have heard this in resignation of director also. Director is going, so you need to file form DIR 12. Right? Whenever director or KMP is coming or leaving, DIR 12 will be filed with ROC always. Okay. Second thing you need to keep in mind is SEBI LODR, the thing which we did just now. You know, this is only for listed company, and if the intimation is given to the stock exchange about the appointment of KMP, right, not later than 24 hours. That is within 24 hours. Clear, everybody? The same thing which we did earlier. So friends, this is the first intimation, that is about DIR 12. This is the second one, that is in case of listed company. Now see the third one. Tell me one thing, whenever a KMP is appointed, he is appointed by passing what? Board resolution. So whenever we are passing board resolution, you need to file that resolution with ROC in form MGT 14. File with ROC form MGT 14. Okay, but private companies are exempted from filing MGT 14. Okay, so private companies. Okay, so there is one more question in the chat box. कौन सा chapter हो गया है, कौन सा chapter चालू है? So for this chief guest I would like to answer. We are done with the board meeting chapter, and right now KMP chapter is going on. Okay, fine. Yes, done, ready, सबको समझा? Fine. So there are three types of intimations. Everybody understood? So what if we are a public unlisted company? Come on, tell me which all filings we need to do. If we are public unlisted company and we are appointing a KMP, so what we need to do? 312. Which one? Only third and one. 3 and 1 both. If we are public listed company, then all the three. If we are private company, then only first one. Understood? Okay, so this was about the intimation. Come on, done. So this is the 12 points covering your section number 203 from your ICSI module directly. Language is easy, na? Then why students don't read module? Sorry? Okay, module is boring. So let's play something. Tell me what you would like me to do. Should I sing a song for you? Just 1 month before exam, what you would like me to do? What is boring? Everything is interesting. It is not lengthy. It is not lengthy. It is this much only. इतना ही है. This is not exaggerated. This is the provision. So if you do less than this, that means you are studying incomplete provision. Right? Tell me, if we prepare notes for this, which thing you would like to remove? Tell me, out of these 12 points, which point is irrelevant? Relevant sub है ना? तो you need to study sub. Simple ना? So सब दिमाग से डालो, आदत डालो मॉड्यूल का, है ना? Like all those students who are sitting offline for the regular lectures. After some point of time, you know, आप लोग को मॉड्यूल का आदत हो गया था. As soon as the chapter is over, before I say, sir, a module, even if a chapter is very easy and then I plan कि ये बहुत आसान है, चलो इसका मॉड्यूल का ज़रूरत नहीं है, तो भी वहाँ से आता सर वो मॉड्यूल, वो हैबिट डेवलप हो जाता है ना? वो अच्छा हैबिट है भाई, बिकॉज आप फिर प्रोफेशनल में क्या करोगे? आपको पढ़ना ही है मॉड्यूल, राइट? शॉर्टकट इज ऑलवेज अ शॉर्टकट ना, तो उसमें क्या है अभी? Fine, chalo, let's go. Next. So after this 203, next is role of KMP. Yes. So very basic thing, role of KMP. There is just a list in front of you. So KMP plays a role in all of this activities. Okay. And after this, you can see there is a section that is appointment of managerial personnel. You know who is a managerial personnel? Come on, KMP, key managerial personnel, cover 6 of them. Right? Who is a managerial personnel? Managerial personnel covers only 3 people. One is managing director, then whole-time director, and third one is manager. These 3 are called managerial personnel. Okay? Yes. So this section number 196 is talking about appointment of managerial personnel. Okay? Fine. So here you can see the explanation for this. First point was, you know, if you remember my notes, class notes, first point was it includes 3 of them. Second point was, if you remember, a company cannot have managing director and manager at the same time. Do you remember this? Company cannot have managing director plus manager. This combination is not allowed. Why? Why not allowed? Because both are having similar power, similar roles as per their definition given at the beginning of this chapter. You know, at the beginning of this chapter, yes, at the beginning of this chapter, you can see the definitions were given, individual definitions for each KMP. So in those definitions, when you see the definition of manager, it is clearly saying that manager means a person, an individual who is having control over the substantial power over the control over the affairs of the company. And it includes a director having the same power. So who is the director having the same power? MD. So therefore they both are treated as manager only. Therefore this combination is not allowed. Other all combinations are allowed. Company can have MD plus whole-time director, no problem. Company can have MD plus MD, no problem. Company can have whole-time director, WTD, whole-time director plus whole-time director, no problem. Company can have manager plus manager, no problem. Company can have whole-time director plus manager, no problem. But company cannot have managing director plus manager. Okay, fine. After that, yes, the next point we did in class was, it was about two things. One is about their tenure and another was about their age. Come on, what is the tenure of managerial personnel? They are appointed for how much time? 5 years. Okay, once the 5 years are lapsed, can we reappoint them? Yes, we can reappoint them for another 5 years. So why can't we appoint them in the beginning itself for 7 years? Can we appoint a managerial personnel for 7 years? From the beginning? Come on. If 5 plus 5 is allowed, so why not 7? That is about independent director. We are talking about managerial personnel. Come on. So the point says that section 196 says that a managerial personnel can be appointed for maximum 5 years at one time. For one time, that can be maximum 5. Can you see this? At a time. Yes, these people shall not be for a term exceeding 5 years at a time, at one time. And obviously they can be reappointed. Yes, but no reappointment shall be made earlier than 1 year from the expiry of their term. Do you remember that? Means they can be reappointed only in their last year, not before that. Okay? Yes. Then can you see this? Reappointed for the next term in the last year, not before that. Yes. Then about age. Come on, what is the minimum age to become a managerial personnel in India? 21 years. Maximum age? 70 years. Correct? Okay, now that was the age, minimum, maximum. Can a person be appointed as managerial personnel who has attained the age of 70 or more? Come on, a person is very brilliant, having so much of expertise in this industry. So can we appoint a person who has attained 70 or more years as a managerial personnel? Yes. Again, you need to take the approval of shareholders. You need to pass special resolution in general meeting. Correct? Okay, what if the SR is not passed? If special resolution is not passed, then what to do? So if SR is not passed, you can do that by passing OR plus CG approval. You can pass ordinary resolution. Along with that, you need to take the approval of central government. Okay, easy. Everybody understood? Yes. Next point about 196. You know, along with 196, company also have to follow one schedule. That is Schedule 5 Part 1. You know, Schedule 5 Part 1 talks about appointment and Schedule 5 Part 2 talks about remuneration. So whenever company is talking about the appointment of managerial personnel, company have to follow section 196 as well as Schedule 5 Part 1. And whenever we will talk about the remuneration, company have to follow section 197 plus Schedule 5 Part 2. Correct? So here company is required to comply with the requirement of Schedule 5 Part 1. What if company cannot follow the schedule? Then what to do? If company cannot comply with the requirement of Schedule 5 Part 1, then what to do? So in that case, again company is required to obtain central government approval. Company is again required to comply with the requirement of CG approval. Can you see this Schedule 5 Part 1? Okay, easy. Now, once company appoints a managerial personnel, company needs to file a return of appointment with ROC. Company needs to file a return of appointment in form MR1. Company have to file a return of appointment within 60 days from the date of appointment with ROC. Okay, giving his entire details. Easy? Everyone? Yes. Then next we need to do is the procedure for his appointment. Come on, tell me, who appoints the managerial personnel? What do you think? Appointment by board is enough? No. Appointment by board subject to the approval of shareholders in general meeting. Both should approve it. Okay. So first we are going to follow the procedure to hold the board meeting. Then we are going to pass board resolution. But then in the next general meeting, shareholders will ratify his appointment. Easy, everybody? What if person is appointed by board in the board meeting as managerial personnel? But if that person's appointment as a managerial personnel was not ratified by shareholders in general meeting, so whatever act he has done between these two meetings, valid or not valid? You understood, he's appointed by board in board meeting, but shareholders will ratify confirm his appointment in general meeting. Correct? So as he was appointed by the board in the board meeting, he has started working. So in the next board meeting, shareholders may approve, may not approve. So if shareholders does not approve, he will have to vacate his office. Correct? So during this period, whatever he has done, come on, that all such acts done by him shall be valid or not valid? All such acts shall be absolutely valid. Okay, so that is also given here. You can see. Can you see this minimum age, maximum age, everything is given here. See this procedure. Board approval, general meeting approval, CG approval if not followed, Schedule 5 Part 1, and then you need to file a return in form MR1. So this is, they have given in very summarized way, but the same thing, this procedure they have given in the points in this part. Can you see this? This will go point wise. You can read this once. Call the board meeting, hold the board meeting by giving notice to all the directors, one by one, fix the date, place for general meeting, right? Approve the notice of general meeting, conduct the general meeting, authorize CS to issue the notice, right? All these things till the end, they will finish all the appointment part. Then can you see this intimation forms, which we did? Intimation forms. So entire procedure they have given there. You can read this nicely once. Now once again, duties of managing director, right? All these jobs are done by MD. Then CEO and CFO. Here you will see CFO. Okay, so once again they have given the definition of CEO. And you know CEO is one of the KMP? Are you aware about this? They have given one more time. So CEO is one of the KMP as per the definition, Section 2, Clause 51 of Companies Act. And you know, CEO is also one of the officer in default as per Section 2, Clause number 60. He is one of what? He is one of the officer in default. Okay, easy. Similarly, they are talking about CFO. Again, the definition of CFO. He is a person appointed as CFO of the company. Again, he is also the KMP, designated as KMP. And also, he is also included in the definition of officer in default. Okay. Chalo. Fine. Then friends, CEO, CFO. Come on. Who will appoint? Which companies will appoint CEO, CFO? Can I say they both are KMPs? That means we will talk about appointment of KMP. Appointment of KMP means section number 203. Correct? So 203. Every company having paid up share capital of 10 CR or a public company, not private company. Okay. Then here you can see the duties of CFO. Come on, he's a finance expert. That means he must be taking care of all the finance of the company. Can you see this? Financial planning and monitoring cash flow. Then he is going to take the responsibility towards presenting the financial statements. Right? CFOs are required to protect the vital assets of the company, ensure compliance with related to financial regulations, books and everything. Then he has to operate efficient and effective finance organization, prepare financial strategies, right? Then timely execution of change in the finance function and other duties as required under the act. So all the duties were related to what? Finance. Okay, all the roles are given here, and now we are coming to appointment of CS. You know, CS is defined in Companies Act also, and CS is defined in Company Secretaries Act 1980 also. But as we are doing Companies Act, come on, what does Companies Act say? Companies Act is saying that CS is a person, okay, definition is given in the beginning. Here they are just saying that as per clause C, subsection 1, section 2 of Company Secretaries Act 1980, CS means a person who is a member of ICSI. Okay, this is given in Company Secretaries Act. In Companies Act 2013, CS is defined in section 2, clause 24. You can refer that in the beginning, all those definitions were given. Okay, you can see there. Come on, which companies are required to appoint CS? And when I talk about appointment of CS, which rule number I will refer? 8 or 8A? 8A. You can see this table. This is 8A. This is rule 8A. Okay? Come on, which companies? First, every public listed companies are required to appoint full-time CS. Then unlisted public companies are also required to open full-time CS if paid up share capital is 10 CR or more. Correct? Then what about private companies? Private companies having paid up share capital of 10 CR or more. So there is appointment of CS. And now in this chapter in your module, you can see the various roles of CS are given here. Very big list is given here. Okay, just for reference, right? You cannot see any section number here. Very simple. You are saying that areas where CS render services. Come on, CS renders what type of services? Here is a big list in front of you. Corporate governance service, corporate secretarial service, then auditing thing, because you know CS is a secretarial auditor, internal audit, signing of annual returns, right? Then corporate law advisory service is expert, corporate lawyer, advisory to board of directors. CS represents the company against whom? Come on, before whom? Which authorities? NCLT, then CCI, SAT, ROC, labor courts, consumer forums, all these are the authorities where CS will represent the company. List is given. Arbitrary services, financial market services, because all this is your syllabus, right? You can see the inside, all everything is given there. Security compliances, finance auditing service, this is just for reference. Taxation service, right? International trade management service, corporate communication and public relation, yes, because CS deals with the shareholders, other stakeholders, right? HR management, IT related compliances, because there are cyber laws, IT Act, right? All these things. But the big news is CS is one of the KMP. Are you aware about this? CS is a KMP also, and again CS is officer in default also. Understood?
ROR,
Yes, any doubt? क्या ममरिंग कुछ पूछना है आपको? श्योर है आप? पक्का ना? कुछ है तो मेरे को पूछो, उनको मत पूछो, है ना? आप समझ रहे हैं? एक अंधा दूसरे अंधे की मदद कैसे करेगा, है ना? Yes, CS is a KMP as well as CS is what? Officer in default. The definition you saw, officer in default definition is given in this chapter only, section 2, clause 60. There you will see in that list there are 7 people and KMP is one of them. So if KMP is in the list means CS is also in the list. And anyway, CS is officer in default, compliance officer. Right? You are responsible for that. Then CS is a compliance officer and therefore CS is responsible for all these things. The kind of again duties are given here. That again, once again, role of CS. Role of CS, role of CS. Are you getting it? Role of CS. Business supporter. CS is an auditor, advising agent, secretarial audit, legal advice. CS is a link between inter and intra company works. Within the company also, outside the company also, and keeping the legal records. So this all things were fine. Okay, one more time you will see the role of CS. But before that, here you can see the procedure for appointment of CS, and then you can see the procedure of removal of CS. Both of these things are very important. Okay, fine. So what it is, come on, what are the steps to appoint whole time CS? Come on, if you want to appoint a whole time CS in your company, first thing what you are going to do is, you are going to advertise the post. Okay, advertise, then people will apply, then you are going to collect the applications, conduct interview, shortlist the candidates for the position, and finalize the terms of appointment. Okay, fine. Now tell me, who appoints CS in a company? Do you need shareholders approval? Is a CS a KMP? Who appoints KMP? So who will appoint CS? Shareholders approval required. For managerial personnel required. Correct? This is one of the KMPs. So we did in the beginning 203. KMP is appointed by passing board resolution, board meeting. So you need to conduct board meeting. Give notice of board meeting to all the directors of the company as per 173. Place the proposal for appointing CS and pass a resolution for appointing CS. Okay, come on, you have appointed CS. Now what to do? Do you remember those intimations? Form DIR 12, MGT 14. If you are listed company, you need to inform stock exchange also. Okay, so finish all that, returns for appointment. A CS shall not hold office in more than one company except in its subsidiary company at one time. You know, we did that. A person can become whole time KMP in one company only. Similarly, you can act as a CS in one company only, not more than one company. Come on, once a CS is appointed, you know, as we have ROM, register of members, similarly section 170 is talking about the registers of directors and KMP, which is maintained by the company. In this, we will enter the records of directors and KMPs. Yes? So friends, company after appointing CS will make the entry in this register, inform stock exchange if you are a listed company, right? And you need to comply with 188 also, as KMP is one of the related party. Therefore, if there is any such transaction, company will have to follow section 188 also. Okay, so basically you saw it was just board meeting, board resolution, correct? And then cannot hold office in more than one company, file a return, it's over. Okay, so once again, duties of CS, big list. CS will play the duty of what? He will have the duties related to compliance, right? So all this list you can see. And after this, we are coming to removal of CS. Who can remove CS? The person who appoints can remove also, right? So you can see here, he can be removed or dismissed just like any other employee. Okay, the board of directors has the absolute discretion to remove a CS or terminate his service at any time for any reason or without any reason. Understood? So removal can be done by board of directors, but obviously they will provide first principle of natural justice, opportunity of being heard and all those things, right? Come on, but what is the procedure? Procedure is similar to appointment. It is just that here you need to do one more additional, because appointed by board. So remove also by board. Means removal, for removal you need to conduct a board meeting. Pass board resolution for removal. Obtain his resignation letter. Then file DIR 12. I told you, whenever appointment as well as whenever the person is leaving the company, you need to file DIR 12. Okay, inform stock exchange if you are a listed company within 24 hours. Make the entries 170 registers of director and KMP. And this is the two new points. You need to give a public notice. You need to issue a public notice. Okay, means you're making an announcement to general public that so and so person is no more a part of this company from so and so effective date. And lastly, resulting vacancy. Come on, we will fill up the vacancy within how much time? 6 months, because we did that point, last point in KMP, that vacancy shall be filled up within 6 months. So as the CS is also a KMP, so within 6 months. Done. Now your new topic, officer in default. Come on everybody. Officer in default. Who is officer in default? You have heard this many times in all the chapters as well as in your setting up of business entities, right? So officer of company is defined in section 2 clause 59, but officer in default is defined in section 2 clause number 60. Yes. Do you remember this? How many people are there in this? 7. First, these are the people who are responsible. This is the people on whom the penalties are imposed. So who all are treated as officer in default? Let's go. First is whole-time director. Whole-time director is officer in default. Second, KMP, which includes the CS also. Right? Okay, what if there is no KMP? If there is no KMP, then who is officer in default? So friends, when there are all the directors, so obviously all directors don't do all the things. There must be some type of assignments. There must be some type of division of work. So if a particular director is looking after a few things, and if there is any non-compliance, contravention is that particular thing. So who is responsible? All the directors or that particular director? That particular director, right? And what if there is no assignment? There is no division, then all the directors. That is here. If there is no KMP, then such director, okay, who has given his consent in writing for such specification. And if there is no such specification, in that case, all the directors are responsible. Okay. Then point number 4. Come on. Any person who is working under the immediate authority of board or KMP, any person who is working immediately below the board or KMP, that person, see here we are using the word any person. Are we saying director, KMP? No, any person who is working below the board or KMP, okay, and he has taken responsibility for all this work. He has taken all the responsibility for all this work related to maintenance, filing, distribution, accounts, records, for all this work. What that person did? Fine? Pakka? What that person did? That person authorized, or that person actively participated, or that person knowingly permitted or that person knowingly failed to take the active step to prevent any default. There was any default going to happen, but you have not taken steps to prevent it. That means you are equally dishonest. So in that case, such type of person is officer in default. Then point number 5 is again any person. But now any person with whose advice, directions, instructions our board of directors are accustomed to act. You understood this point? Any person in accordance whose advice and directions our board of directors are accustomed to act, means bound to act. So who is that person? See, don't say yes, because here they are saying that other than a person who gives advice in the professional capacity. Means a person if giving advice in a professional capacity, so that person is not covered in this. So other than that, any person who can create that influence, and our company's board of directors are bound to follow it. Promoter, then director of holding company, director of our company's holding company. So obviously our holding company directors have influence on us. So that can be the people here. So in that case, if anything goes wrong, such person is also officer in default. Then the 6th one is every director who has done contravention of any provision of this act. Who has done any contravention of this act, any provision of this act. And here you can see he has done purposely and all, right? And last one is if there is any default related to transfer of shares or issue of shares. In such case, if there is any problem, so who will be treated as officer in default? Share transfer agents, registrars and merchant bankers to such issue or transfer. So this is the list of 7 people who are considered as officer in default. Okay, once they had asked this question also in exam, write a definition on officer in default. So you need to write these 7 points. Okay, done. Yes. Now we have remuneration part. Okay, are you ready? You know this chapter is also coming to an end. Remuneration part. Then 202. Chapter is over. Correct? But again, remuneration, that is managerial remuneration, that is section 197 and schedule 5 part 2. But see this 197, obviously we will revise this right now, but I want you to refer my notes for this, because you know I have covered those all the provisions in 15 points. Okay, and we referred module for schedule 5 part 2, but we will revise it once, don't worry. Okay, so ready? Come on, first you tell me what is the total managerial remuneration allowed? Total managerial remuneration what company can spend is, maximum amount what company can spend is 11% of net profit. What is net profit here? 11% of net profit. Net profit means what? Net profit shall be calculated in accordance with section 198. 198. The calculation of that is given in section 198. Easy? Everyone understood? Yes? So maximum how much? 11%. Can company pay more than 11%? Yes, company can pay more than 11%, but company needs to pass ordinary resolution. Okay, so company can do that, but with the approval of members in general meeting, exceeding 11% with the approval of general meeting. And when we say approval of shareholders in general meeting, means it is by passing OR. Okay, yes. Now next is individual limits. Do you remember what I'm talking about here? Individual limits means what? Do you remember? No. Listen to me. See, in this I wrote 2 things. Okay, here it is given very nicely. See, if first we are going to talk about what is the maximum remuneration what company can give to managerial personnel. Managerial personnel means those 3 people. So what is the maximum amount what company can spend for managerial personnel? So what is the limit? So it depends on whether company is having one managerial personnel only or company is having more than one managerial personnel. Total is 11%, right? But if company is having only one managerial personnel, so company can spend maximum is 5% of net profit. If company is having only one managerial personnel, so 5% of net profit. If company is having more than one managerial personnel, then limit is 10% of net profit. Easy. This was 11%, the total limit, overall limit. If company wants to spend more than 11%, which is the total limit, what company is required to do? Pass ordinary resolution in general meeting. But this 5%, 10%, the individual limit which you saw, that was for managerial personnel. In that case, if company wants to pay more than 11%, company wants to spend more than 5%, 10%, then company is required to pass special resolution in general meeting. So SR is required. Total limit is 11% of net profit. If company wants to spend more than 11% of net profit, company can do that by passing ordinary resolution. But this individual limit, that is company is having only one managerial personnel, so company can spend maximum 5%. More than one managerial personnel, company can spend maximum 10%. So if company wants to spend more than 5% or more than 10%, company can do that by passing special resolution in general meeting. Okay, easy, fine, everyone. Okay, fine. Next we are going to talk about, this were the limits, 5%, 10% for managerial personnel. Now you know, as per Companies Amendment Act 2020, now remuneration can be paid to other directors also. Not only managerial personnel, but other directors also, right? So what are the maximum limits for other directors? Other directors, that is non-executive directors. So answer is, for that, first you need to say that, tell me whether your company is having managerial personnel or not. So if company is having managerial personnel, in such case maximum remuneration for non-executive director will be only 1% of net profit. Okay, if company is not having managerial personnel, so maximum limit for non-executive director is 1%. But if company is having managerial personnel, are you getting it? If having managerial personnel, so we need to give money to them also. So what is the limit for non-executive director if company is having? So non-executive will, how much, what is the limit? 1%. If company is not having managerial personnel, so we can pay more to non-executive, then it is 3% of net profit. But if company wants to pay more than 1% and 3%, then again company can do that by passing special resolution. So for individual limits, SR, for total limit it is OR. Okay, so this table is clearly giving the answer. Okay, now, do you remember that? My notes and this point. If company has made default in the repayment of dues to any bank, public financial institution, other creditors, debenture holders, right? And company has made default in the repayment of their money, and now company is willing to pay remuneration beyond the limit by passing SR. So before passing SR, first you need to do what? Before passing SR, what you need to do? You need to take the prior approval of such banks, creditors, etc. You need to take their approval first. Okay. Okay. Now whatever the limits we are talking about, 5%, 10%, 11%, are these limits going to cover sitting fees also? These limits are excluding sitting fees. Sitting fees is not included in that. Okay, you know what is sitting fees? Sitting fees is the fees payable to the directors of company for attending which meetings? Board meetings and committee meetings, not general meeting. Correct? What is the maximum amount for sitting fees? 1 lakh rupees per meeting per director. That is a maximum limit. You can pay less also. Then you know that amount of sitting fees paid to woman director and independent director shall not be less than the fees paid to other directors. All these were my points. Right? Okay, what if company is not having any profits? Or companies having inadequate profits? So in such case, because there are no profits, because till now you saw all the percentage were on the basis of net profits. But what if there are no profits only? So if there are no profits, how will you pay maximum remuneration? So in such case, you need to refer Schedule 5, Part 2. Here is the list in front of you. See, if there are profits, the percentage were depend on the profits. But if there are no profits, so in that case, first you need to see what is the effective capital of the company. What is the effective capital of company? Now, how to remove effective capital? So there is calculation for that. That calculation is not given in your module now. In old module, like 5 to 7 years down the line, it was given. But in this module, it is not given. But I will share that how to remove effective capital with you if you want. But it is not given here. Okay. So after doing all those calculations, our remuneration, maximum limit of remuneration for managerial personnel and other directors in case of no profits or in case of inadequate profits depends on effective capital. So you do those calculations and see what is the answer of effective capital you are getting for your company. So if your answer of effective capital is negative or it is less than 5 crores, so maximum remuneration what you can pay to managerial personnel is 60 lakhs and other director is 12 lakhs. If it is 5 CR and above but less than 100 CR effective capital, so managerial personnel 84 lakhs, other 17 lakhs. 100 CR and above but less than 250 CR, 120 lakhs and 24 lakhs. Okay, 250 CR and above, then again same 120 lakhs plus 0.01% of the effective capital in excess of 250 crores. Let's say for example, I gave example in class also. If your effective capital is let's say 300 crores. So it is what? 120 lakhs plus 0.01% of effective capital in excess of 250. Tell me how much is in excess of 250? 50 crores. So it is 50 crores. So whatever answer you get, this becomes your limit. Okay. Similarly here 24 lakhs. Yes, 24 lakhs plus 0.01% of effective capital in excess of 250 crores. Right. So these are the limits when company is having no profits or inadequate profits. You understand inadequate profits? Company has turnover of 600 crores. But when the balance sheet is made, the answer is coming in surplus. How much? 100 rupees. Turnover company is having of 600 crores, but the answer is surplus having is only 100 rupees. So 100 rupees profit is there. There is no loss. So you can't say company is in loss. But can I say this profit is inadequate? So in that case, you will follow the schedule. So these are the limits, correct? If company wants to pay more than these limits, so again, you need to pass special resolution in general meeting. Okay, easy. So this was your table, and here onwards, again, your section 197 is getting continued. Come on, do you remember the points? Come on, we will follow with our notes, concentrate. Any amount paid to the director, any amount paid by the company to its director is included in the maximum remuneration. Whatever amount company is paying to the director in whatever name, it shall be included in the maximum limit. But obviously sitting fees is excluded, that we already spoke about. So otherwise, in general, any amount paid to the director shall be included. Clear? But you know there is an exception. If director gives some services to the company, if director gives some services to the company and company pays any amount as a fees for those services, so he is receiving the remuneration, plus he is getting fees for this type of services also. So whatever amount is getting as a fees for such services shall be included or excluded? Included or excluded? That shall be excluded if conditions are getting satisfied. What are the conditions? Service must be given in the professional capacity. Second, in the opinion of NRC, service must have been given, that person who is giving the service is having the requisite qualification to practice that profession. So if these two conditions are getting satisfied, only then the amount which was paid to him shall be excluded, otherwise it is included. Easy. Everybody? Okay, next point. Tell me the amount which company pays to the director in the form of remuneration, that is paid on what basis? Like, can it be monthly basis? Yes. Can it be one lump sum amount at the end of the year, that is percentage of net profit? Yes. Can it be combination of both? Yes. That is also okay, right? Then there is one more point, if you remember. What if company makes the payment of remuneration to the director, or director takes the amount of remuneration from the company beyond the limit, that is in excess of the given limit? Okay, so if company is doing that, so what will company have to do? Come on, company need to pass those resolutions, but company has not passed those resolutions also. So what director will have to do with the money? Director have to refund that money within a period of 2 years or lesser period as allowed by the company. That was the point. Until the time he is returning the money, refunding the money, it shall be treated as if that person is holding the money as a trustee, that is in the trust of company. Correct? Can company waive off that money? Company has made the payment of excess amount. Now that person needs to refund that money. But can company waive off that money? You understand waive off? Can company give up that money? No. If company wants to give up, company is required to pass special resolution within 2 years from the time that amount becomes refundable. And again, in that case also, if company has made default in the repayment of any loan to any bank, creditors or something, so company is required to take prior approval of such banks first before passing SR for waive off. Right? So all these points were there. Everybody understood this? Sure. These are the main points. Then there is one more point. Insurance. Do you remember? Come on, tell me one thing. If, see the insurance point, you will see this waive off. Can you see all these points? Consequences of excess money, waive off, manner in making the payment, inadequate profits. Yes. Then you have, see this insurance premium point. See, whatever acts are done in the company, it is done by the directors and KMP. Correct? Tell me one thing. If the acts are done by the directors, KMPs and all, if these people do any fraudulent act and there is a big loss, who will suffer the loss? Who will have to bear the loss? Obviously company. What shareholder? Shareholder have limited liability. You forgot the features of company? Revise chapter 1 and come in the next class. So who will bear the loss? Company will bear the loss. So was anything wrong done by the company? No. Wrong was done by the person. But who is facing the problem? Who is facing the loss? Company is facing the loss. Now whatever punishment you give to that particular individual, but loss faced by company can never be compensated. So what company does? Company obtains an insurance policy to indemnify itself for the losses which happens due to such defaults and negligence by such professionals. So now the point is, will company get this insurance policy free of cost? Company will have to pay insurance premium. So is this insurance premium expense for the company? Yes, it is expense for the company, right? So company is paying remuneration also, and company is paying the amount of insurance premium also. So now tell me, in this case, the amount which is paid in the form of premium for this insurance shall be included in their maximum remuneration or not? Come on, it shall be included in their maximum remuneration or not? So that depends. If any of the officer is found guilty of fraud, misfeasance, so in that case what will happen? If these people are found guilty of fraud, misfeasance, then what will happen? So the amount of insurance premium paid by the company shall be included in their maximum remuneration. And what if they have not done anything? In that case, it shall not be included in their maximum remuneration. That is this point. Right? One more thing. What if a company is paying maximum remuneration to its one of the directors? So already is getting the maximum amount. Can that director receive any commission income or any other type of income from company's holding company or subsidiary company? Already is getting the maximum remuneration. Can that person again receive some amount in the form of commission for any one-time assignment or any other service? Is he eligible to receive that amount from company's holding company, subsidiary company? Answer is yes. He is not disqualified, because whatever limits we are talking about is company-wise limits. So he is not disqualified to receive such commission income. He is eligible for that. Then there was a point, okay, see, note down this penalty also. If there is any default done, so company shall be liable for 5 lakh rupees penalty. Okay, then auditor, when he conducts the audit, in his audit report, he will put up the mark whether company has paid the remuneration in conformity with section 197 and schedule 5 or not. Okay, he shall give that statement in his report. Okay, this was the point. So all the points of your 197 is already done. Then you have this last section for this chapter, compensation for loss of office. First point, this section is for which employees? Yes, friends, tell me. This is for which employees? Only managerial personnel. Only managerial personnel, okay? This section is only and only for managing director, whole-time director and manager. So whenever any of them are terminated from their services before their expiry of term, before expiry of their tenure, so these people are eligible to claim compensation for loss of office. That is as a consideration for the retirement from office. Correct? So they are eligible for that. Now the points are, how much do they get? See, first point was who are eligible under this section 202. Second, how much do they get? It's written here, amount. So they get 3 years remuneration or remaining tenure remuneration, whichever is less. See the amount of compensation they are getting. 3 years remuneration or remaining tenure remuneration, whichever is less. That is the amount they get. Point number 2. But friends, what if any of the director resigns from office? Will he get compensation for loss of office? If he's getting so much amount, come on, everybody will resign today. Come on, give me the compensation loss of office. They won't get. What if any of the director is disqualified under section 164? He is disqualified to be appointed as a director. Therefore, now he cannot continue, right? So if he is leaving the office, will he get compensation for loss of office? No. What if he has done breach of duty? Breach of duty, fraudulent act, negligence. Will he get anything? No. So there are exceptions. So here is the list in front of you. Can you see this A to F? All these points were discussed in class also with examples. All these are the points where compensation for loss of office is not given. So these were the 3 points. Okay, circumstances will be the last point. However, no payment shall be made under the following cases. Okay, so this 1, 2, 3 and this section is over. Example, and specimen is here. So your chapter is over here. Lesson roundup from your module. Okay, easy. So today we have finished with 2 chapters in Sanjivani. One is board meeting and another is KMP. Yeah, we did well, right? 2 chapters in a day, not bad. So let's see in the next class, that is tomorrow. Tomorrow early morning we are meeting for Sanjivani, that is 8 a.m. Okay, so be prepared. Okay, let's see, tomorrow also we'll try to cover 2 chapters if we can. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. All the people on YouTube live, see you all tomorrow 8 a.m. Thank you so much, very active audience. Bye bye everyone, thank you. Okay, sorry, there is one doubt. Sir, can you please explain excess of remuneration of prescribed limit? Yes, sure. So you know, I told you there is a limit for remuneration, correct? So what if company pays the remuneration beyond the limit, or director draws the salary beyond the limit? So what will happen? So section 197 says that director will have to refund that excess amount. Okay, he will have to refund that excess amount within a period of 2 years or lesser period as allowed by the company. But 2 years is the upper side limit. Okay, then till the time that person returns that money, refunds that money, it shall be treated as if the person is holding the money in the trust of company. Understood? Yes. Then I told, can company waive off that excess amount? Can company give up that excess amount? Can company give up that? So answer is, company cannot give up that. If company wants to waive that off, in that case company will have to pass special resolution within 2 years. Then that can be done. And then I told, if company is ready to pass SR for waive off that excess amount, in that case if company has made default in the repayment of any loan to any bank, compliances, other financial institution, something, so before passing SR, company is required to take prior approval of such banks. Okay, so this was the entire point of excess remuneration. So I hope you got it. Calm now? Clear? Okay, fine. Chalo then, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.